Works now? Alright. There's always something. Alright. We good now? Only slightly delayed. Alright. Javon Johnson doing the reverse. No troll, no audio. Not a troll, no audio. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Blue doing the reverse. Audio's fine. Don't believe them. Okay. Alright. You ready? Let's just... Wait. No, I got some shit to answer. Is New X7 in here? New X7. Hello? Let me make sure I got the chats from before. Yeah, New X7 donated 20 before, so let me make sure I can get that real quick. New X7... If you guys see New X7 in chat, then let me know ASAP, so I can respond to his super from the previous stream. Gaming Night says, are you in a new house? No, I've lived here for the last... Since... I moved in here since April. Okay. We should be good now. Let me pull up the... Let me pull up the board. Okay. New X7 isn't here. We need him in here so I can respond to his stuff. Because I don't want to just leave him hanging, because he supered at 20. So I definitely don't want to leave him hanging on that. That would really suck. Okay. Let me switch to this, and let's hope that it works. Alright? Okay. You guys can see everything okay? Where is the chat box situated here? Where's the chat box at? Chat box is down here. That should be good. That's good. Okay. I like this setup. We should be good here. Alright, guys. We got to get the stream likes back up. Let's get the stream likes back up to 100 real quick. Celtics in 6? Probably. Honestly, probably in 5 at this rate. Okay. Let's get shit set up. Defeating each Yonko. And this is going to be every Yonko ever. So not just the newish ones. Let me zoom in a bit. Still getting used to this. This is whimsical, by the way. What I've updated to. It's the future. Microsoft Paint. Who likes Microsoft Paint? We unfortunately have to say goodbye to Microsoft Paint pretty much forever. I'm never using that again. There's just no reason to, because this does everything Microsoft Paint does, but doesn't give me a migraine. So we're stuck with whimsical. It's just the way it is. New X7. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so first of all, let me respond to the previous thing that you said. So New X7, first of all, thank you for the 20 from the previous stream. Morj, I want to talk to you about something with you. I think we share similar taste. Love murder mysteries, think Bo's a bad person, Yamato's fan service. Agreed. So I want to suggest a game to you. Metal Gear. I'm going to break your heart with this. First of all, I really appreciate the 20, but I'm going to break your heart with the rest of this. Okay. With my opinion on Metal Gear. You generally consider Metal Gear to be the one piece of game series, and one of those series that changes your life. It's the only game series that made me cry. Can't recommend it enough. And the author of the game series is a cinephile. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Okay, so I'm going to break your heart with this. All right? Here's my opinion on the Metal Gear games. Metal Gear Solid, for those of you who don't know, obviously involves Snake and stuff like that. So I've only tried Metal Gear once. Okay, so this is young me. I'm at a friend's house for sleepover. This is a family friend. I do not like this kid. Let's just say that. This is a family friend. Do not like this kid, okay? One of the reasons I don't grow up with video games, okay? He has a lot of video games. He's big into video games. I don't grow up with video games, so I don't have much of a video game background. But he wants me to play Metal Gear. Was Metal Gear 3 maybe or something like that? I don't even remember. He wants me to play that. So I'm excited to play this game, right? No, that's a lie. I'm not excited. At that age, I'm almost never excited to try video games at other people's houses because I just don't own video game consoles, so it's not something that I'd be able to go home and play myself or anything. It's just not a fun experience for me usually. But anyway, It's a sleepover. His plan, it turns out, is that he just wants to play this game the entire night. And the idea is that he'll be mostly playing it, and then he'll swap it off to me for me to play a little bit, and then he'll play it, and then I swap a little bit. And all I remember, but mostly his plan, his intent was clearly that he plays it most of the night, and I watch. Okay? Some of you may have had a friend like that. But although, honestly, I really like... Lots of times if it's in my own decision, then I really like watching other people play games, like a friend playing games. But I don't like this kid, so it's different. So I'm already kind of a prisoner, and I have to watch him play Metal Gear, and I'm going to get to play a little bit, even though I don't even really want to play. And that's just basically the whole plan, it seems like, for the night, okay? So, we play Metal Gear, or he's playing Metal Gear, and in the times that I get to play, here's my experience with it, which is, my memory of Metal Gear Solid is basically, like, you just have to, it's like, to me, it's like, what's the worst part of video games? Stealth, right? That's just, in my limited video game experience, I think it's pretty cut and dry. What's the worst part about playing video games? Stealth missions, doing stealth things, right? It's like, you know, it's just like dropped into a game, fantasy world, where you could theoretically like be beating up people or killing people and like doing all sorts of crazy shit. And it's like, no, you've been dropped into this game to hide from people. And it's like, shit, well, I could hide from people in real life. Like that's not exactly the fantasy I want to live out in a video game. Turns out that's what Metal Gear is. It's basically like a giant game of hide and seek. This is just my experience, okay? My limited experience, okay? So I just realized, like, it's my turn to play a snake. And mostly, to get from point A to B, I have to do a lot of fucking hiding and shit. Am I crazy? That's just what I remember of the game. Maybe it was just the section of the game that I was playing or something like that. But I just remember having to hide a lot. And you could, like, take out one person at a time or something like that. But if you got found by more than two people or something, it's over. So, I don't know. This is what Metal Gear is like, right? Am I correct? I just don't know. Isaac's stealth in games like Metal Gear Solid 2 is so good, the AI is really smart, but stealth can inherently never be good, so I don't know what that means exactly, because you're having to hide instead of actually, you know, beat shit up. So that was just my experience with Metal Gear, and keep in mind, at this point in time, I'm not coming into it with a good mindset, like a healthy mindset, like an open-minded mindset, because I already don't like the fact that I have to do this sleepover, and I don't like this friend. And in general, I don't view it as a fun time. So I'm like, fuck, we don't even get to sleep. I have to watch, like, we have to play Metal Gear all night, basically. So I'm not coming in with a healthy mindset. I'm already coming in with a negative mindset to it. So that's partly that's on me, right? So if I experience those games with a healthy, open mindset and actually try to appreciate, you know, the cutscenes, the whatever, the hiding, I don't know, everything else, then I might have a different opinion. But for my one time playing a Metal Gear game, and I don't even remember exactly which one it was, that was my experience. So while I really, really appreciate the support and you explaining the value of Metal Gear to me, let's just say it went over my head when I played it. Maybe I'll give it another try sometime down the line in the future. I'm not big on shooters, and I know it's not exactly a shooter, but it has those mechanics, right? So maybe I'll give it a fresh, open-minded try, but lots of times, like, I'll give something a try once in a closed-minded way, and, like, I'm not actually trying to enjoy it, and then I dislike it, and then I try it again later, and then I really enjoy it. So this might be the case with that, but I just have to be honest with my past experience of playing Metal Gear, which was that it wasn't the best. Yeah. Baby Morj says, Morj, this guy obviously just switched to you whenever stealth. To be fair, that is very possible, because I wasn't good at the other parts, right? So it's kind of like, I can't, like, there were times where there was, like, if I recall correctly, there were times where there was, like, a lot more action and stuff like that, but I couldn't do that. So maybe it was just, maybe I just had to play the stealth parts, because I literally couldn't get us through the levels that weren't stealth. English 1D1, thanks a lot. More just play Elden Ring instead. DLC on the way. I will be playing Elden Ring. Don't you worry about that. That's guaranteed. JWP, thanks for being a Pirate King tier member for 18 months. OP breaks are killing me. Oda was tripping yet again when he said OP is ending soon. The breaks, I don't even know if Oda was factoring in these breaks. Also, thank you for being a Pirate King tier member. Also, the newest Pirate King tier member podcast just came out. It is a good one. I ended up doing it. If you guys want to hear me do a Pirate King podcast high, I did do this one high. I don't intend to. The idea is not to make that a normal thing, but it was just the timing. I came back from a long trip. There's a lot of other shit going on. I was very late at night. I was like, I'm going to be high for this. Technically, it wasn't weed like the other one. It was Delta 8. So I was just like, I'm smoking and doing the Pirate King podcast. So I thought that was an enjoyable one. So if you want to listen to that, then please, please consider supporting the Pirate King podcast, etc. Anyway, maybe Metal Gear is really good. I've heard really good things about Metal Gear. I get it. I'm sure that people, I'm sure that people really, love Metal Gear in that series for a reason. I'm just saying my experience with Metal Gear, which is that I think stealth is a stupid thing in games in general, and my experience in that game was a lot of stealth. New X7, thanks a lot for the 10. Can change your mind very quickly. Watch the E3 2013 trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Just the trailer. Also, irony. Remember my Dragon times Emu times slash Jotaro Dio joke? Rumor has it Dio's voice actor will be Emu's voice actor. Oh, holy shit. Whoa, wait, really? Dio's voice actor will be... No, I can't even imagine that, because Dio's so over the top and dramatic, and Emu's so, ominous and menacing in a more, underplayed sort of way, I feel. Emu doesn't feel as... I guess we'll have to wait and see, because Oda might be... I know that Oda takes stock a lot of, he came up with the concept of Frankie to some degree, even specifically because he loved the voice actor for Frankie in the first place. So I imagine Oda does have some degree of influence in terms of who he thinks would be a really good voice for a part. So that's interesting. Okay, watch the E3 trailer. Okay, you know what? First of all, let's get the stream likes up. Let's get the stream likes up. Second of all, maybe I'll pull up the trailer. Just because, is it quick? E3 Metal Gear. Remember when Metal Gear was a thing? E3 was a thing? Phantom Pain. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's too long. I'll have it up in the other tab. I can't play the whole thing here. It's 5 minutes, unfortunately. The E3 trailer, at least looks like it's 5 minutes. I can't play the whole thing. But, it's 4 minutes. I can't play the whole thing. If we get to the end of the stream and we got more time, then I'll consider playing it. But just lengthwise, I think it wouldn't be good right now. If it was a quick trailer, I'd consider it. But I have it up in the tab. I will watch the trailer, at least, and get back to you on that for sure. Okay. Is Aokiji Dio's voice? Aokiji is Dio's voice already? Damn. Aokiji's Dio. What? I did not realize that. They feel like very different characters. Okay, so Aokiji's gonna be Emu also? The same voice? Okay. Dio was definitely very shadowy and ominous before his fight in part 3. Dio was also in part 1, and I can assure you he was not shadowy and ominous. He was loud and abrasive. But, this is what voice actors do, right? They, should be able to do multiple roles. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure, hold on. Fire Force, right? The voice actor, Captain... Who's the voice actor for... Zoro's voice actor is the same voice actor, I'm pretty sure. Who's this guy? Fire Force 8 Captain. Who's this guy? Okay, Obi voice actor. What? All right. Japanese? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he does. He is. Yeah. One Piece's voice actor is also the voice actor for this character in Fire Force. One Piece. Zoro from One Piece's voice actor is also the voice actor for this guy in Fire Force, and just because like he's so badass as Zoro, but the Fire Force character is not badass. In fact, he's the opposite of badass. He's this dude with no powers in a world where everybody else has powers, and he's just lame as fuck. And I don't know. It just feels so jarring. It makes me. I feel like this show is almost disrespecting Zoro. Does that make sense? Because it's just like, how are you gonna cast this lame ass captain with no powers with Zoro's voice actor? It just feels disrespectful having Zoro's voice actor, like Zoro's voice, come out of this dude that's just like a bum. And he's like, I got no fire powers in a world where literally like fucking 95% of people have fire powers or some shit. And it's like, why are you here? Why are you relevant? And I don't know. He runs around with this fireproof suit. It's hard to explain. It's this guy. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me show you guys this guy. Yeah, it's this guy. And don't be fooled. This guy might look badass on the surface. He is not. He is he is the opposite of that. Okay? This guy, whereas everybody else has powers and shit. He works out, and that's cool. He's still not even physically the strongest character. There are other characters that are physically stronger and have fire powers. And he runs around like wearing this fat ass fireproof suit and like carrying this heavy ass shield and just yelling like he's relevant. The main character is stronger than him within like the first 15 episodes or some shit. It's just disappointing. And I wanted him to like him off the bat because it's like Zoro's voice actor. I'm like, damn, this is like a badass. Like, he's the captain. And I'm like, damn, this is like a badass like leader, right? And over time, it's like, no, this guy is like, it just feels wrong. It's like, you're wasting Zoro's voice. Give Zoro's voice to somebody else. What are you doing? Just having this fucking, like, non-fire-powered dude in charge of a fire superpowered brigade. It makes no sense. I am very disappointed with this character. But yeah, in general, that's how I feel when I see like badass voice actors in lame character roles, pretty much. Truck-kun says what? Truck-kun is saying what? The captain is badass. Why? Because he tries so hard despite not having powers? Huh? No, that's not badass. Go quit and get a desk job, you fucking poser. You fraud. You're not a real captain. Look at the captain of like the first company, or like which one's Benimaru in charge of. Look at those are captains. I don't know what this dude thinks he's doing, being in charge of the main division that we're following. New X7, thanks for the 2. Both third Hokage and Kakashi are the voice actors for Dragon. What? Wait, first of all, did the third Hokage and Kakashi have like the same voice actor or something? I don't understand how that's even possible. Or did the voice actor switch at different points? That's interesting. Husam Hashmi, thanks for the 5. The more I see of Imu's obsession with Lily and Vivi, his aura declines. I feel like his backstory is being a bum with no riz. Blackbeard equals more aura, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. We got to see a little bit more. Like, I do feel like Oda's doing a lot to maintain Imu's aura. Like, even just not showing his face, to me, that maintains his aura. I'm not doing a criticism of the show. It's not that serious. But, you know, I just think that it's kind of like, I just hear Zoro's voice actor come out, and I'm so used to Zoro's voice, like, saying, like, badass shit, like, you know, badass speeches or, like, badass quotes or something like that. And then I'm hearing it out of this guy, and it's all like, I can't do anything. I gotta run, get my Fire Force armor or some shit. I'm like, man, all right, that's just the way it is. I think we gotta give Imu some time. Like, we don't fully understand him yet. Rafael Rizzi Iglesias says Morj must hate Usopp. how do I say this? I love Usopp because Usopp is he's written as this underdog figure, like this cowardly, weak dude who punches way above his weight class and finds a way to do the impossible. That's cool. That's not what Obi is in the... and keep in mind, most of my dislike for Obi is just because it's Zoro's voice actor. If it was just some random other voice actor, I wouldn't care. In fact, I'd probably find him cool. But because it's Zoro's voice actor being transposed into this character, I'm like... This dude thinks he's Zoro, but he's not Zoro. He's like some lame knockoff version of Zoro. He's like if Usopp was cosplaying Zoro. I think that's how I view him as. That's basically it. It's not any sort of logical reason. If it wasn't Zoro's voice actor, I wouldn't even care. But just I think terrible casting, in my opinion, because it's like if you're gonna use Zoro's voice actor, you gotta understand the legacy that comes with being Zoro's voice actor. You know what I mean? All right. Let's let's get to defeating each Yonko. These Yonko are not going to get defeated themselves. You know what I mean? They've been terrorizing the seas for years. First off, let me take a look at what the fuck the rules were the last time I did this, because we have a specific set of rules, and without rules, we don't have any sort of order, you know? And you need order for society. Okay, the rules from last time, what it looks like, the rules were basically this. All right? And these are some good-ass rules, so I see no reason to change them. Okay, rules. The rules. The rules. Yeah? Yeah. Fuck! Okay. Rule number 1. The context. Context is, I want to kill the Yonko one by one, for money and personal enjoyment. Okay? 2. The Yonko don't know I'm coming, and they don't know my face, so I get anonymity. Yeah, anonymity. I don't have to... I capitalized it in the last video, so I'll do it here. I do not have to take them on as a team or in pairs / duos. I guess that's more for the Straw Hat sort of thing, right? I had to make that clarification for the Straw Hats. Don't really have to do that for the Yonko. Oh, this is important. I am allowed to hire one non-super powered, so it has to be a normal person. I can't just hire a Kainu to help me out. One non-super powered individual to help me per Yonko. So each Yonko, I get one non-superpowered individual to help me out. But logically I have to hire them, right? Unless I'm just so good at making friends. Nah, we won't go down that route. I have to hire them. Oh, this is tricky. No, actually it makes sense. The amount of money... Oh, this is perfect. The amount of money I am allowed to spend to defeat each Yonko is equal to their bounty. That is fucking huge, because for each of them, my budget is basically in the billions of berry for each of them. For the Strats, it was more tricky, because it's like, with Chopper, I've got a budget of 100 berry, you know? But the Yonko, that's a big deal. And lastly, I get 1 week to set up per Yonko. Oh, and this was a big thing that we agreed on for the Strats. Travel time is not included. So me getting around from island to island does not matter. So these are the rules. These are the rules. Know them, respect them. We will try to abide by them. All right? Does my face currently cover this shit up? Can you guys see the rules? Okay? Yeah? You guys can see the rules okay? Knut Workins says Shanks is easy giant mousetrap. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. You guys can see this, and thanks for your 3rd super ever, by the way. Also, let's get the stream likes up to 100 real quick. Let's get the stream likes up to 100. We'll get the shit rolling once we're at 100. My face is covering the rules. I thought I'd be a bit more here. I'll move this a little bit more here. A little bit better. Okay. Yonko, by the way, that we're going to go through are, we're going to defeat the OGs. So, Whitebeard. Whitebeard is tricky. I feel like I should be allowed to, like, because if it's Prime Whitebeard, I don't know how I do it. If it's Prime Whitebeard, I just don't know. I don't know what the path would be. If it's old, sickly Whitebeard, I think I could figure out something. Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Shanks. Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Shanks. I think... Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Shanks. Is there any point in doing Buggy? I guess we do Buggy. Blackbeard. Luffy, there's no point because we did Luffy previously. My face is a sixth of the screen? How big is... Oh, shit. Yeah. How much do I want to change this? I guess I'll move it a bit more. You know what? What can I rearrange this to be like can I move this shit? I'm just gonna do this. This is probably fine. Right? You guys can see now? Henchman 976 is whatever. I'm not reading the rules anyway. You guys gotta read the rules. We need the rules. The rules are what give this whole game its structure. And maybe I'll just make this a little bit smaller as well. Can I make this whole thing smaller? A little bit smaller. There we go. That's better. Much better. Keep him like over here. That should be good enough. Hussam Hashmi says you defeat Whitebeard by first handing an ace, etc. Yokai Gota, thanks for the 5. Drug Whitebeard's medicine or alcohol, he's already dying. Let's start with Whitebeard. I think Whitebeard, it's tricky because it's like everything has to be realistic. So drugging his medicine and alcohol, well, he's surrounded by his crew, right? So it's not that simple. If it was that simple, the Marines would have done it a long time ago. So does Whitebeard have... I think Whitebeard's actually one of the trickier ones, in my opinion. Let's start with Whitebeard. Whitebeard. Okay. I swear the Yonko are going to be a lot more difficult because the Admiral... How to explain this? The Straw Hats we know so well that we can figure out their weaknesses, you know? Like we read about them so much. With the Admirals, it got a bit more tricky, but they're also not as invincible as the Yonko are, physically speaking. It's just physically different. The Yonko are tricky. The Yonko are pain in the ass, and they always have these giant ass crews around them. So, okay, I think the simplest thing with Whitebeard is... No, I think the simplest thing with Whitebeard is this, all right? I think the simplest thing... I think Whitebeard's weakness... We already saw Whitebeard's weakness, which is... so we saw Squard was able to attack him, right? We saw that Squard was able to attack him. Yeah, kidnap Ace. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? Also, let's get the stream likes up to 100 real quick. Sneeds, Feed and Seed says, is it peak Whitebeard or already dead Whitebeard? We're going to say already dead, already close to dead Whitebeard, just to make it doable. I don't know how we beat Prime Whitebeard. I just don't. Because, Marco, when Whitebeard got stabbed by Squard, Marco was literally like, yeah, that literally only works because Whitebeard is fucking old as fuck now. I think Squard is a big piece of this. I think Squard is a weakness. So, we need to pay Squard off, right? We need to pay Squard off. Well, you can't just pay Squard off, right? Because there's that wasn't the reason that he turned on Whitebeard. Who could we pay on his crew to do bad shit to him? I guess there's nobody. Squad had a good tactic. That's true. Any access to Whitebeard's medicine? I think you guys are right. The medicine is the key. The medicine is the key, but the medicine is supplied via Doflamingo. We know the medicine is supplied via Doflamingo. If you go back to chapter 200, where's Whitebeard introduced? 220 something? 230 something, my bad. Might be a little bit later than that. Let's see. Yeah, right around here. Right? It's maybe the next chapter over. Become a Whitebeard nurse. There we go. Now we're thinking. Become a Whitebeard nurse. Holy shit. Yeah, you could just pay one of Whitebeard's nurses. That's it. Who are these fucking random nurses, huh? We don't even know. Okay, hold on. So, Whitebeard's stuff, we got a lot of leads to work with here. Whitebeard's stuff is supplied by Doflamingo. It's supplied by Doflamingo. He's also got these random-ass nurses. You can't tell me that one of these nurses could not be paid off. Young Smokey VP17. Holy shit. Thank you for the 50, man. God damn. I really feel like out of all the Yonko, Shanks, Luffy, Whitebeard, and Kaido are one-hit KO. You and I believe you stand the best chance. Whoa. Wait, whoa. Shanks, Luffy, Whitebeard, and Kaido are one-hit. They will all one-hit KO me. And I believe you stand the best chance against Big Mom because she's a dummy lol. But hey, when the chips are down, 1v1 bet on Morj. First of all, Young Smokey VP17, thank you so much. That is fucking huge. I really appreciate that. But I do have to respectfully disagree. No. Okay. We got to be clear here. I will lose to any of these characters, obviously 1v1. Even Buggy would fuck any actual human being up 1v1, right? Remember East Blue Buggy? You know, he's a menace, right? It's just compared to other superpowered characters, he's not all that. But I will lose to any of these characters straight up in a fight 1v1, which is why we are fighting dirty. I agree that Big Mom's a dummy, so we got a really good shot at defeating her. Guaranteed. Really good shot at defeating her. At the same time, though, let's get some likes up for Young Smokey VP17. Like his comment. I appreciate it. I agree everybody would one-shot me, logically. In fact, you wouldn't even need to one-shot. Would I withstand a Conqueror's Haki just like release from these characters? I like to think I would. But realistically, let's leave that alone. We don't need to get into that. I do think that there's a route to defeating all these characters. I mean, just look at this. We're figuring out something for Whitebeard right now, in the heat of the moment, right? The key is either these nurses, or this booze, or this shit right here for Doflamingo, right? These are the keys. These are the keys right here. So, and you know how much money we got to work with for Whitebeard? 5 billion berry. 5 billion berry. We can guaranteed pay off one of these nurses. One of these nurses can be paid off. So the route is basically, do we pay off Doflamingo to do something? Or do we pay off one of the nurses to do something? It's either the Doflamingo or the nurses. Doflamingo, I feel like, is more for wild card, because Doflamingo, it's like, what's his actual agenda? Would it be worth it to him? 5 billion berry and you kill Whitebeard? I don't know. I feel like he can... Like, that money might not matter that much to him. We would need some sort of leverage, something that he would really, 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 really have wanted. Whereas the nurses, the tricky part is, like, they might just all be good people who are very loyal to Whitebeard. So I think what we have to do is we need intel on one of the nurses and figure out their family, right? We need to blackmail the nurses through their family or something like that, right? Like, hey, we've got one of your family members, like, the nurses are cheaper. Yeah. Red Violets has put some skin in the game. Morj, become a nurse yourself. Here's the thing, we've only got a week. We've only got a week to work with, so I'm not allowed to do that. Virgil Hawkins, thanks for the 2. Thoughts on recent Chainsaw Man and where are you in Haikyuu? I did catch up on Chainsaw Man. My thoughts are basically this. This is a moment where we basically need to stop, wait, let things play out. Because a lot of people are already claiming certain things like, this, like, it's supposed to be symbolic of this or that, or like, oh, Fujimoto's diving into this aspect of Denji's psyche or something like that, like with the recent events. You need to stop and wait, because you need to actually see where this goes, right? So we're going to stop and wait. It is, I did not think the chapter was as, I get why the chapter got the reactions it did, but because I already saw what happened, I was expecting, like when I read it, I didn't feel anything, but that's because I already saw everybody basically post what happened. Yeah, I think this is just a stop, wait, see. I also think that with Chainsaw Man Part 2 in particular, I just got to reread the whole thing pretty much again, just to really, really, really keep track of like all of the ideas that are being worked on here. The stuff Denji was talking about recently, it is a natural progression of things that he had in Part 1. But in general, where this little dynamic of what just happened last chapter is going, and the ideas that are coming out of that, I need to reread all of Chainsaw Man Part 2. Haikyuu, I got to the scene where the guy throws the ball up, and then he runs and catches it. And I don't mind if I spoiled anybody, because I don't think it's that big of a deal. Although Haikyuu fans will say it's a big deal. For me, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. People really hyped up that scene. Maybe because I'd already seen it before I watched the series, it didn't mean as much to me. But I just watched that scene, and I was like, that's cool. But then I was like, wait, but this was the scene everyone was saying was like the greatest Haikyuu scene of all time or some shit. And I'm like, well, it wasn't that. But I was liking Haikyuu before that anyway. So maybe because I got spoiled on the scene, I didn't care as much. I don't know. Okay. Kurukami Naijimi says, are you allowed to buy bombs and whatnot? The only rules are the only rules are oh shit. Here, these are the only rules. Everything else is fair game. If you were not here for the previous streams of like me versus the Straw Hats, me versus the Admirals, like let me tell you, we got dirty. Like we got very questionable with the acts that I was willing to commit. There were multiple Straw Hats where the scenarios for killing them involved like kidnapping families, placing a bomb in a baby. That was one of them. Placing a bomb in a baby, I remember. That was kind of the furthest we went. But I will go further, because this is the Yonko. I will place bombs on all of those nurses if needed. Okay, so here's the deal. Luckily, we don't have to. I think the nurses are the key, right? Nurses are the key. This is simple. Easy peasy, right? We got 5 bill to work with. Blackmail. Blackmail. Wait, can I change just this text color? Because that'd be cool. Can I change just this text color? Let's see. No, I can't. I gotta change everything. That's okay. It's okay. Blackmail one of the nurses by kidnapping their family and tell them to put poison in Whitebeard's life support medicine. See chapter. What is it? What chapter was it? 234, right? See chapter 234. All right, that's it. Any objections to this? Any objections? I think this is fairly clean. Also, let's get the stream likes up to 100 real quick. I think this is pretty clean. I think this is fair. I don't really see how this would fail. I think the only weakness is the 1 week setup time, because we only get 1 week to really work with. Ideally, we just buy out the nurse and be like, hey, here's 5 billion berry if you do this to Whitebeard. But the tricky thing is, like, Whitebeard's crew is so like this, it might not work. Yamil Diaz says, no, the key is Sphinx Island, best place to set up a trap. I just don't know what trap could kill Whitebeard, though. You know? It's like a big-ass bomb. I don't know if we can do that. KMI says, I'm just not sure that would kill him. I mean, Whitebeard at that stage was just like, a lot of shit could kill him. You know what I mean? Like, he was having heart attacks on his own. Without any extra help. You know what I mean? Brandon King, thanks for the 2. Feed Blackbeard an explosive cherry pie. I don't know if Blackbeard is like Luffy in the sense that, like, So here, let me clue you guys in. So with defeating Luffy, I don't know why I keep going back to 220. With defeating Luffy, right? We basically this was just in the previous stream that I did of like can I destroy each Straw Hat, right? With defeating Luffy, we just replayed this scenario, this exact same scenario of just like catch him while he's walking down the street, literally just hand him some food that's like poisoned, just hand him some food that's poisoned, and he will kill himself, right? That was the idea. Blackbeard I don't think is that gullible. Blackbeard's not gullible like Luffy. Manifest Joe says the nurse you blackmail or try to bribe, Pops, help me. I would be so fucked then. It'd be over. K-Mai says, what poison do you use? How much? He's a big guy. Okay. Let's get specific. Okay, not put poison. Put devil fruit juice in Whitebeard's life support medicine. There we go. No, we can't do the devil fruit juice method anymore. I forgot. It's obsolete. The devil fruit juice doesn't work because I believe that Saturn explained something like, fuck. It's just chapter 1103 or some shit. Kuma's flashback. When's Kuma's flashback end? Saturn explains that he had to synthesize some shit, right? I gave you that power, Bonnie. It was an experiment to see if eating solid fruit could be given powers with an extract. Incapable of eating solid fruit. No, I guess that's... So what do you guys interpret this to mean? This is okay, everybody pause. This is a big deal. The fate of a lot of future, how we approach these sort of matchups depends on this, okay? So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with me prep timing to defeat various One Piece characters, these type of streams, okay? The way it usually works is... A common go-to strategy is take a devil fruit, turn it into juice, devil fruit juice, feed that juice to an existing devil fruit character. They die because they drank devil fruit juice, right? If you're a devil fruit user, you drink some more devil fruit juice, you die, right? That's the idea. Bonus is that if there's a non-devil fruit character, we mix together the juices of 2 devil fruits and then feed them that, and then that'll do the trick, right? Because then it's like them having 2 devil fruits. But here's what Saturn says in chapter 1103, okay? He explains that he gave Bonnie this power by using an experiment to see if an infant was capable of getting devil fruit powers via extract. An infant who could not eat solid devil fruits, could they get powers via extract? Do you guys interpret this to mean that the devil fruit, how do I say this? That Saturn came up with the idea of devil fruit extract and that his experiment is what produced devil fruit extract as a concept? Or was the experiment just testing, hey, could a baby get devil fruit powers via extract? Because those are 2 very different things. Because if it's number 1, then that means that we, in our plans, cannot come up with devil fruit juices because apparently it requires a heavy amount of experimentation to properly create a devil fruit extract that works, right? You guys see what I'm saying? Like, this confirms that it works, but it also implies, this confirms that the concept works of devil fruit extract, but it might also mean that it requires a lot of science and research to produce devil fruit extract, which means that we wouldn't be able to do that in our 1 week time span, and we certainly wouldn't be able to buy the technology from Saturn, because that's not how that works. Let's just say it works. Okay, so if it works, then this works, right? We kill Whitebeard, the guaranteed route, not poison. Just put devil fruit juice in Whitebeard's life support medicine. Done. JWP, thanks for the 5. Couldn't you just cut up a super small piece of the devil fruit and put it into a cup of juice? You don't need to eat the whole fruit to get the powers, I'm pretty sure. I think the Ace novel even clarified what gives you the full power or not. Is it just it might be the first bite or eating a full half or something? I forget. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's, either way, let's just say the juice thing works. Let's just say the juice method works for the sake of simplicity. Juice method works. Officially, devil fruit juice is a thing that we have access to with enough money. And we definitely have enough money. All right. That's done. K Maya says Saturn. Juice is a devil fruit. I'm a man of science too. Virgil Hawkins says maybe he was exaggerating because it took him a long time to think of putting the devil fruit in a blender. Yeah, Vegapunk's out here creating like the mother flame and like seraphimins and shit, and Saturn's like just putting fruits in blenders and shit. Saturn's also like 800 years old, still figuring this shit out. A real human being says, Morj, is it 100% confirmed eating 2 devil fruits kills the eater? It is not 100% confirmed, but it is the information that the story's been telling us. I can only really go by the information the story's telling us. So we're going to roll with that. All right, we're just going to roll with that. Okay, Brandon King says the Ace novel said it's whoever eats the first bite. All right, cool. All right, devil fruit shit works. Let's move on to the harder ones. I mean, Whitebeard I think was difficult, but there's other things in store, right? Who do we want to do next? Let me know who we're doing next. We're not going to do Luffy. I'm going to do Shanks next. Shanks is next up. On the chopping block. Jabra science propaganda. I don't think it's just propaganda. Wolfheart Rixie says, we have no proof that eating 2 devil fruits actually kills you. That's true, but it's also just like, that would require Oda writing into the story a character eating 2 devil fruits and killing them, and we know that Oda just doesn't really kill characters in general, so, you know, it's just one of those things that I think it would be unlikely to actually happen in the story. On the flip side, characters with a lot of experience, such as Marco, you know, these are New World veterans. They're talking about how Blackbeard eating 2 devil fruits, this is just something that's not supposed to work. I think we can safely assume that it's just not a thing, you know? And that there is supposed to be something special about Blackbeard. Like, we do know certain facts, right? We know there is something physically special and distinct about Blackbeard. Like, he doesn't sleep at night, things like that. Like, his body is supposed to be different in a certain way. A lot of us are speculating that he's a buccaneer, maybe. And I think the story's implying that we're supposed to take it as, the reason Blackbeard is able to eat 2 devil fruits is because of his special body, not that the whole double devil fruit thing is a lie. Morj sold me Fent. Thanks for the 2. That's a great name for your first super. Thank you very, very much for your first super. I do appreciate the support still. Stop messing around and read Sakamoto Days. Can Sakamoto Days fans tell me, are you guys excited about the anime or not? Are you guys excited that it's getting an anime adaptation? I've heard some mixed feelings about it. Meek, thanks a lot, Meek. Will you be including Roger in this? No. I don't fucking know how I'd kill Roger. Roger's not a Yonko. Luckily, we can avoid killing Roger. I don't know how I'd kill Roger, if I'm being honest. I don't know how to do it. K Maya says, plan to kill Shanks. Wait for Blackbeard to do it. Oof, that'd be a good plan, but it's cheating. Otherwise, it's just like, we're allowed to set up scenarios. You can set up a scenario where like the method for killing Aokiji during the Admiral stream was basically, I send a fake letter from the revolutionaries that to address to Aokiji, like congratulating him on sending them info that is meant to be intercepted by the Blackbeard pirates, basically coordinating a scenario where the Blackbeard pirates would kill Aokiji. So we can do stuff like that. Shanks, here's the thing. We're allowed to go by canon, right? Everything canon. So Lord of the Coast is canon. And I spotted another little weakness of Shanks recently. All right? For the purposes of this, we would need to buy 2 Lord of the Coasts. No. 4 Lord of the Coasts, okay? 4 Sea Kings equal to Lord of the Coast, okay? And then we just need some fucking bait. And I think I spotted a little bit of a potential weakness for Shanks a little bit ago. Where was it? Let's see. Where the fuck is Shanks? Manifest Joe, thanks for the 5. Hey Morj, before the next Yonko, any Fire Punch updates? Want to hear your thoughts and full spoiler discussion from me on it. Stream/podcast/video. You know, people have been asking me lately for like covering other manga type stuff, especially with the recent Chainsaw Man developments and everything like that. I think like Fire Punch would be really fun to talk about. I have not gotten any further. I think just because it's a... Okay, without being too... How do I say this? it's a series that you do have to think, like, because it is a very, I've been saying it's very abstract in terms of how it's presented. It's a series that makes you think. It's pretty dark. Maybe I will read it tonight. But there hasn't been a window where I've just been feeling like, yeah, let me just binge the rest of Fire Punch, because it's on my mind. But usually if I'm sitting down and I'm really tired, I think that's one of the things. When I'm in tired relaxation mode, I'm not going to want to pick up something a little bit more heady like Fire Punch. That's when I'm more likely to pick up something like Haikyuu. That's light, easy, breezy, feel good, right? Kind of watch. You don't have to keep track of a bunch, you know? But I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling energized right now. Maybe I'll read Fire Punch tonight. I don't know. But I think it would be fun to do a Chainsaw Man stream or a Fire Punch stream. So maybe during the next break week, we do something like that when there's no chapter on the Friday. Virgil Hawkins says, I missed your second super. 1 second. I'm sorry, man. Missed from JWP. Sorry, Virgil. Favorite moment and least favorite character so far in Haikyuu. Okay, so favorite moment and least favorite character so far in Haikyuu. My favorite moment is tricky. I think the tossing the ball up and Hinata catching it, I think that was ruined for me because I watched it ahead of time. I don't know how excited I'd feel, because I don't know how excited I'd feel if I watched that for the first time around. Okay, so let's set that aside. Favorite moment is probably, there was a moment where, I forget exactly what it was. I think it was a moment where like Hinata's coming up for the hit, and then he rises back down, and it's instead the ace dude, the third year, coming up, and he goes for the kill basically. And I don't know, I felt like that was a really, really cool moment. There was another one where it was like Hinata. No. Okay, I'm gonna put my two fingers up, just as a spoiler. I know my favorite moment. 2 fingers up, just as a spoiler, really quick. Okay. 2 fingers up, just as a spoiler. While these 2 fingers are up, I'm talking about Haikyuu. I think my favorite moment was when they win their second set. When they win the second set against Aobojoshi. I forget. Aobojoshi, that school. You know, the school with Oikawa. When they win that second set, this is in their first, like, the tournament that they ultimately lose to Aobojoshi. But they win the second set. I thought that scene was really, really cool. Where, like, I still remember Kageyama, like, grabbing Tsukishima. They're running over to jump up and block simultaneously. I think I legitimately, like, it was like an actual sports game. I think I had an exclamation right there, like it was an actual sports game. I also think in that same match, when they were trying to like, in the third set, they tied the score against them, and then they kind of took it to overtime, basically, or, like, the score kept going up, you know, like back and forth. When they tied the score, like, you had the visual of, like, them trying to catch up and, like, touch their back. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. It was like a visual metaphor that kept being played of, like, them, like, trying to catch up to them, and then finally they were able to win a certain point that, like, it felt like we caught them, like we touched their backs, and they still lose the set, which I think is what makes the writing good. But yeah, those 2 moments. So all from that match. I think that match overall had my favorite moments in the series. Okay. Anyway, great series. I love Haikyuu. I really do like Haikyuu. I think I need a little bit to get back into it again, just because now I know there's going to be a bit of a lull before it's time for more, like, the spring tournament and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay. Catching up real quick. I guess we're good here. Okay. All right, let's get the stream likes up to 100 real quick. We're almost right there. Yeah, some people are iffy based on the animation, but it looks good. Have high hopes for it. Okay, cool. Anyway, Shanks' weakness. I believe his new weakness is this giant kid, right? If we capture this giant kid, then we can just reenact that whole scene with Luffy, right? PG24, thanks for the 5. I'm just trying to find out why the fuck you're reading Haikyuu when Vagabond won the poll. What the fuck, Lorge? I'm not reading Haikyuu. I'm watching Haikyuu, to be fair. Also, I think I've talked about this before. I read the first chapter of Vagabond. I will continue reading Vagabond. However, I think I was already trying Fire Punch, and I felt like spur of the moment watching Haikyuu because I needed to watch something that was just feel good in the moment. And And to be fair, I'd already been watching a couple episodes of Haikyuu. I just dropped it a long while back. So I think this is what I've made clear. I'm going to finish Fire Punch, which will be easy, Haikyuu, and then I'll be back on Vagabond. That's my next series of events, I think. Also, Blackbeard is easy to kill since physical damage extra hurts. That's true, but I still think, like, he's still strong. He's still a tank. Like, he took those, like, awakened attacks from Law. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be as easy as, like, we shoot him with a gun or something like that. Like, it's still going to be difficult. Knut Worgen, thanks for the 5. Thoughts on Sea Kings? What if they parallel the toys of Dressrosa and used to be the citizens of the ancient kingdom but were transformed by Emu? So I'm curious, were you the one who commented that last stream? No, I don't know. But somebody brought that up last stream, and that was mind-blowing to me. Because I was just like, holy shit, what if that is the case? Like, what if it is just the Sea King? Like, that would be so insanely cool if the Sea Kings were revealed to be like that. And it would completely explain why, like, Luffy's able to hear them with the voice of all things, you know what I mean? Why Roger's able to hear them with the voice of all things, why Shirahoshi's able to command them. It also would apply to why, you know, Zunisha might be like a creature that was turned in, like a human that was turned into a creature or something, and that's why Momonosuke in particular is able to communicate with Zunisha. That's such an interesting idea. It's a wildly interesting idea. I do think it's very, very, very possible, and it would just like fit so perfectly as to why Poseidon Shirahoshi's able to command them. Because it's just maybe the people from the ancient kingdom that she's able to speak to. I think that'd be really, really cool. Virgil Hawkins is asking least favorite character. Sorry, I forgot that was part of the question. Did you also ask favorite character? Least favorite character? I honestly don't have a least favorite character. Like, there's no character that's been annoying to me. You know, if I were to say from the team itself, I think I don't care for the Libero. I don't know why. I don't care for the Libero that much. I don't know why. One, I think the Libero's... How do I say this? I think the Libero is a very similar... I forget his name. It's a similar personality type to Hinata. But with Hinata, we're getting more writing and focus and just delving into him a bit more. Whereas I think the Libero, it's more of a surface level version of Hinata with like a lot of the same sort of excited, like a lot of the same excited sort of upbeat energy and everything like that, and the sort of the same sort of emotional spectrum, and you know, just that sort of thing. But I just don't think we've gotten the same level of writing that we've gotten to really, for me to really, it feels like a second Hinata to a degree, but just with less substance to him. So I enjoy him less because there's already another character that occupies that niche, I think, writing wise. And I think usually with those type of characters, you do need the writing to go with them so that they're not just these peppy sort of like super excitable characters, at least to me. Morj told me Fent. Thanks a lot for the 5. Wait, this is saying this is your first super. I don't know, I'm confused. But either way, thank you very much. The author of Sakamoto Days is extremely adept at using the medium of manga. Paneling and page layouts are on par with Toriyama and Fujimoto. So I'm curious, which is like, I wonder, like, because I view Fujimoto is my favorite paneling, period. I think he's the most creative with what I've seen, at least out of shonen mangaka, by far. Like, he's the only mangaka, and I haven't read a bunch of other things, right? But he's the only manga that I've read where, like, I'm legitimately, like, the paneling is legitimately a huge component of what makes this series work. Like, it's a huge component of the artistry of the series along with what's actually drawn. Other series, I'm like, yeah, the paneling's good, like, or, you know, really well done, etc. But with Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch, even to some degree, it's just like the paneling is like it's what gives the entire story that sort of like film scene sort of vibe, film direction sort of vibe, right? It changes the way that you view the whole that the entire medium is read. So I'm really excited to read Sakamoto Days if it's like that, or if it's as creative or more creative with that. Yeah, and I wonder, like, I've heard that Sakamoto Days and Dandadan are also very, very different series from like the Shonen Jump series we've been getting. So I wonder if it's kind of kind of how I view it is, I'm curious if it's kind of like you had Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, right? And I think then you had this next era of Shonen Jump where you had lots of series where I just see so many influences, particularly from Naruto and Bleach. You know, like you see so much like My Hero, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, even Fire Force, like just very similar sort of settings and like even Undead Unluck, like a lot like the character dynamics, settings, the types of conflicts they have, very very similar in concept to the previous generation, like especially drawing a lot from Naruto and Bleach, but just evolving on from that. And then I've heard that Sakamoto Days and Dandadan and obviously Chainsaw Man, they're very very different, right, stylistically. So I'm wondering if that's finally kind of manga or Shonen Jump at the very least shifting in a truly brand new direction and kind of coming out of the shadow of that sort of evolution of storytelling. I don't know. Sakamoto Days is the best run action in manga right now. I will probably try and read that. I'm supposed to read Vagabond first. Anyway, let's get back to this shit. Okay, so this kid is the key, right? This kid is the key. We know canonically Shanks' weakness is Sea Kings. Like, for the record, for the purposes of this, anything that is canon, I'm allowed to use, right? It is canon that Shanks lost his arm to a Sea King in Chapter 1, right? That is canon. So I'm allowed to use that in the arguments here. That happened, okay? Like it or not, if a Sea King gets to take a bite at Shanks' arm, Shanks loses the arm, canonically, all right? Would I bring this up if I was in like a power scaling debate or something like that? Like arguing like Shanks versus, Kaido or something? No. But this is different. We got to get dirty for this, right? I'm just a normal human being trying to kill some Yonko. We got to get dirty, so we got to look at everything that's canon and take advantage of it. So Shanks loses his arm to Sea Kings. That's just what happens, all right? He has to get caught off guard because, as we saw, let me take you guys back to Chapter 1. If Shanks is able to flex, his Conqueror's Haki and shit, then yeah, he's gonna be able to scare off the Sea King. Like that's gonna send the Sea King out. But if the Sea King gets a bite in, then Shanks is fucked. All right, just going by canon here. This is what happens. This is just the deal. This is how it goes. All right. K-Boo says, I think I could take a Sea King. By the way, I think it's wild that like people don't talk about this much, but Luffy's starting strength is significantly higher than most shonen heroes ever. Like, this is a whole ass sea monster, you know what I mean? And Luffy just sends it flying zero diff with one punch. Like, Luffy zero diffs a giant sea monster on his first day. This is not normal. Like, this is you know what I mean? This is like, Kid Goku wasn't doing this. Kid Naruto could barely take out like a bandit on day one. Like, Ichigo, he struggled with hollows that are significantly smaller than this. Just in general, Luffy's starting point is just actually like pretty abnormally like high for like just a shonen hero. It just starts really high up. Like, this is a giant ass sea monster, eats boats in one bite. I don't know. I just think that's interesting. Eyes96, thanks for the 5. What the fuck? Are you early or am I just late? Unrelated. We could say I'm early if you would like. Or you're late. Let's say I'm early. Let's say I was early. Unrelated, but my Nepali friend is now a manga reader. He's sick of 1 episode a week and converted to manga. Let's go. That's how it went with all of us, right? Most of us started One Piece in the anime, and at a certain point you catch up, and you just can't wait any longer, and then you switch to the manga, and then you're like, holy shit, this is paced in a way that makes it difficult for me to go back to the anime. Because when I made the switch from anime to manga, it was at the crossover point as we were leaving, like Enies Lobby was wrapping, so I started reading the manga, and Then the anime hit a filler arc, which is still, remember, it's one of the few filler arcs that I watched in real time from start to finish. It's the Don Achino filler arc. He had the heat fruit before oven. And I still remember it was just like, I would be watching because I'm still used to watching the One Piece anime. I'd watch the One Piece anime. I'd watch these Don Achino episodes. And I would, and it was kind of an entertaining filler arc as far as filler arcs go. I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun. So I'm watching that filler arc, and then I'm reading Thriller Bark. And over time, I'm getting so deep into Thriller Bark. Then Thriller Bark starts in the anime, and I tried going back from the manga to watch the episodes in the anime because I just wanted to keep watching the anime episodes as they came out. And at a certain point, I just fell off. Not even like Thriller Bark was done well in the anime. It felt good quality. It was one of the for pre-time skip. It was one of the better visual, like the animated visual was very sharp for Thriller Bark. I don't know why they went hard on that, but they just did. I still really like the Thriller Bark look a lot in the anime, but at a certain point, it's just like I know what's gonna happen this episode. I know what's gonna happen this episode. It's gonna take some time for the plot to take off. It's like 30 episodes before we're gonna get to like actually good fights and stuff. It just gets hard to keep going back, and then you just drop off. Anyway, let's get back to this shit. Kid Goku could do that. Not day one, not chapter one. Chapter one, Goku could not one punch a giant sea monster like that. He wasn't like that. Not chapter one. Lilligant Master 87, welcome to the Yonko. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for the support. Make sure to check out the weekly podcasts that come out that you now have access to. You now have access to all the podcasts that have come out. They come out every Friday, so just watch out for that. Okay, let's go. Luffy greater than pre-type skip Shanks. Look, I'm just reading what the story's telling us. Okay. You're saying Luffy right now? Yeah, Luffy right now I think might... Well, I don't know. Some people think Shanks is already at full strength. Some people don't at this point in time. I think a lot of it depends on where you fall in the Shanks-Mihawk debate, because Mihawk fans will argue that Shanks was at full strength here already. Because, the argument is that Mihawk beat Shanks at full strength, where Shanks fans will argue, I see often, that Shanks probably got stronger since losing the arm. Because he wasn't a Yonko yet, I don't believe. So let's see. Not really an ostrich. Thanks for the 5. What if Oda makes the arm loss make sense by saying Shanks knows Sea Kings are Ancient Kingdom citizens and he's not willing to hurt them even for Luffy? I think that would be a stretch just because you don't have to hurt the sea. I don't... how do I say this? I think Shanks would at least, you could slap the Sea King away. You don't have to kill it. I think it wouldn't even be for Luffy. It's for his own fucking arm, you could, I think that would just be a bit of a stretch. It's just, it's his own arm, you don't have to kill the Sea King, but you could knock the Sea King away or something like that. Also, I think, hurting or not hurt, the point isn't that he hurt the Sea King or not hurt the Sea King. He could obviously, we all know he could hurt the Sea King. The difference is, durability wise, shouldn't the Sea King not be able to bite his arm off? Isn't that a different discussion? I don't know. Okay, he was hunting dinosaurs for dinner. Shit, am I right? Am I wrong on that? I don't think Kid Goku. Why am I misremembering then? Because I swear Kid Goku was more limited by a lot in terms of what he could do. Should we pull up Dragon Ball Chapter 1? I think that would derail. I don't know if he was cooking T-Rexes and stuff. I thought it was more like pterodactyls. Am I confused? What do I think as to the Shanks Mihawk Sea King stuff? I definitely think that Oda did not have the scale when he had because he just you need a I think even I think the only reason he even had Shanks lose his arm, from what I recall, was it might be because his editor said that something needed to be more exciting in Chapter 1. I might be misremembering. Don't quote me on that, because I don't want to be one of those people that spreads a false rumor if Oda said. But I just definitely don't think that Oda had planned out at this point in time, Sea Kings, are capable of taking out, would it even make sense that a Sea King can take Shanks' arm? So in that regard, Shanks, Mihawk, how close was Shanks to his full strength here, whatever. I think the thing that matters at the end of the day I think all that matters at the end of the day is that if Shanks is fighting with a sword and Mihawk is fighting with a sword and they're just fighting with swords and nothing else, Mihawk obviously should win. If Shanks hypothetically has some abilities that would not be sword related, then it's possible that Shanks is stronger. But if Shanks just fights with a sword and doesn't and that's literally all he does, then Mihawk is stronger. That's all it matters to me, I guess, at the end of the day. I think I'm just waiting to see Shanks in a fight that's not just a one shot or him intimidating somebody off. And then if we can see that, then I think that's all that really, I think that'll basically settle it. Pull up Dragon Ball Chapter 1. I've never read it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not pulling up Dragon Ball Chapter... I could. Why not? And why shouldn't I? Dragon Ball Chapter 1. Why not? Let's take a look real quick. I do like the art style of Dragon. This is just so old school Shonen Jump. This is the... Take a moment to appreciate this real quick. This page that we're looking at right here. This page right here. If this page doesn't exist, One Piece doesn't exist. Right? We know how much One Piece is influenced by Dragon Ball. How much so many other series are influenced by Dragon Ball. This page right here is the birthplace of modern shonen. Isn't that crazy? Okay, let's look. Yeah, see, I don't know, because the reason I guess I'm doubtful about Kid Goku doing shit like that. Let me switch it to one page. This is more along the lines of where I saw his strength. I just remember him doing simpler things like breaking. I don't remember him being killing Sea King type level. It's more like he's superhumanly strong, but it's breaking logs and shit. You see what I'm saying? Let's see what else he does. Also, Bulma's a fucking psycho. You guys will see this in a second. If you haven't read Dragon Ball Chapter 1, Bulma's a psycho. She's actually an insane person. Okay, so we got a big fish here. It's a big fish. He kills the fish, but you see what I'm saying? I just don't know. To me, there's a huge gap between... this is what I kind of remembered Kid Goku doing. He's superhuman, but it's not like Luffy where you're killing a giant ass sea monster in the same way, right? Okay, so this is some examples of his strength. He's strong enough to lift a car, but with great exertion. He's strong enough to lift essentially a small car with great exertion and toss it. Again, this is just it's more, he's superhuman, but it's more grounded sort of strength. Okay, so this is what Bulma does right off the bat. She sees a kid and she fucking fires a gun at him. You guys see this shit? And it's not like she was making any sort of mistake. She wanted to kill him. Why aren't you dead? Bulma is actually a fucked up... what the fuck? Do you see this shit? Quiet says you're comparing a 7-year-old to a 17-year-old Luffy. You guys aren't understanding. I'm not trying to argue Goku versus Luffy. Goku is 1,000,000 times stronger than Luffy. By the time Goku was Luffy's age, he was blowing up mountains and shit like that, right? Goku is way stronger than Luffy. The only comment I was having, that I just think it's not an age-to-age thing. I just think it's interesting that Oda started off the main character at a fairly the level of superhuman that Luffy was for Chapter 1 is extremely high for a shonen protagonist, basically. It's pretty crazy. And it kind of follows because on top of this, Luffy literally isn't he doesn't even have to go all out in a fight till arguably he doesn't even get pissed off and go rage mode in a fight till Arlong 100 chapters in. So that's my only observation. I'm not trying to compare Luffy's strength to other... if we're being frank, I think that most other series shonen protagonists, once they hit their peak, I think their scale of where they scale to is higher than One Piece. And with Dragon Ball, Goku's probably stronger than Luffy easily by the end of Part 1, easily by the end of Dragon Ball for sure. I'm not trying to scale that. I'm just saying, to me, it's interesting that Oda started Luffy off from such a crazy high point, you know? Like, I don't remember the last time I saw a shonen series where it's starting with, like, the protagonist just right off the bat able to one-shot giant sea monsters. That's all I'm saying. I'm don't try and get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to argue Luffy versus Goku in this sense. This is purely an observation, which is, like, it's kind of crazy that Oda was just like, yeah, I want my hero to start day one being able to one-shot giant monsters. It's like, damn, that's an interesting choice. Luffy in general, Oda didn't really have him like tested to like really deep into East Blue. Sorry, I'm just looking here. Early Dragon Ball is just interesting. I think Bulma wanted to. Oh no, she wanted to wish for a boyfriend, if I remember, or something like that. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna go for. She's gonna get a boyfriend. Dude, early Dragon Ball was wild. Bulma, in the span of one chapter, she shot this kid that she just met, who's clearly like 10 years old, and she basically tries to sexually molest him, essentially, or like whatever the fuck you want to call this. Like, this is. This is a lot. Anyway. Yeah, and then the adventure begins, yada yada. Early Dragon Ball was charming. Charming is the right word. It's a fun read. Okay. Lilligant Masters 87. Thanks for the 5. Hey Morj, it's me, Green Princess. Oh, thanks for joining in again. Missed a few streams because not caught up. But did you ever end... Why have people been changing their YouTube accounts recently? Missed a few streams because not caught up, but did you ever end up doing that PS5 giveaway? No. I might be able to get a PS4 soon to play Bloodborne, because I made a friend recently who has a PS4 and has Bloodborne. BTW loved your Mihawk debate. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I made a great case in the Shanks versus Mihawk debate on JD Legend's recent Agenda Reverie, if you guys want to tune in and listen to that. Okay. Let's roll. I don't even know what people are talking about here now. Someone had a video about how Krieg pushed Luffy harder than Arlong and they made some great points. I think Krieg did push Luffy harder than Arlong in a way. It's just that we didn't see Luffy like pissed off till the end of the Arlong fight. So it's a little bit different. Like, rage mode Luffy wasn't a thing till the end of the Arlong fight. That was the first time we saw him actually snap in East Blue, and that was the first time we really got to look at, I think, his full strength. At the same time, though, you could argue that he would have just lost to Don Krieg if he didn't get the gas mask in the first place. Okay. All right, guys, let's roll. Okay. Don't even know what people are arguing about right now. Okay. Shanks, we got to get this shit moving. We got to kill these Yonko. All right? Shanks. Situation with Shanks. Pay to kidnap that giant kid. Recreate the exact same scenario as the Higuma bandit scene. This time have 4 Lord of the Coasts waiting, bought and paid for, and they eat Shanks's remaining arm, legs, and head. I think that's a done deal. Does anyone have a better way to kill Shanks? I think the timing would just be tricky, right? We would have to work out the timing based on what we saw, you know? Because, like, it needs... If Shanks has enough time to get to the Sea King, then he'll be able to stop it no problem. It has to be it has to be set up in a way that, like, Shanks gets to the Sea King just at the right moment that the Sea King has an opening to bite his arm. Get Shirahoshi to send the Sea Kings after him, but why would Shirahoshi do that, you know? Alcohol poisoning? No, I think Shanks can hold his liquor for the most part. Make sure to give him another straw to give to the kid, another bet on the future. Shanks would have a head at the end of this. There will be no straw to give. Kiyokami says Fire Punch greater than Chainsaw Man. So I'm not going to lie. I fucking loved Chainsaw Man. The 30 chapters I've read of Fire Punch, have been a whole different ballgame. I don't know where things are gonna play out, and please nobody spoil me on Fire Punch. But the beginning has definitely been crazier and more interesting than Chainsaw Man, and I love Chainsaw Man. Crazier, more interesting, just more avant-garde, I suppose you could say, in terms of the approach to writing and presenting this story. Okay. Kurokami Najima says, Big Mom destroyed rockets without lifting a finger, so imagine what Shanks can do with his hockey. I mean, I don't have to imagine how it goes. We already know how it goes. This is what happens. We already know. We don't have to imagine. That's the beauty of pulling canon events. There's no imagination necessary. This is the result, right? Except it's for Lord of the Coast this time, so there's no arm, and there's no legs, and Shanks' head is gone. So I think we're good. Okay. Anything else? Use rat traps? No meme answers. These are legit attempts to kill the Yonko. If we've got nothing else better, put Fishman Island, put fish poison that almost killed Luffy and put it in Shanks' alcohol. It's like, how do you get that into Shanks' alcohol, though? I don't know. We're going to roll with this for Shanks. For the sake of time, we're going to move on. Next up, who am I doing next? Kenji YST says, use the billions of berries to get bounty hunters, maybe Crossguild to kidnap Shirahoshi and her family, then blackmail Shirahoshi into complying. I think Shirahoshi is too strong-willed to comply. I think she is. I don't know. Wait, paying Crossguild is a great idea. Paying Crossguild is a brilliant idea because it's technically fine. No, it's not fine. Because I'm only allowed to hire one non-superpowered individual to help me per Yonko. So I would have to do the bandit situation again. Have bandits kidnap the kid. The best bandits in the world without superpowers. No, I got it. Okay. It can't be the kid. Because I can't realistically do that shit. Pay to kidnap Makino's kid. Pay to kidnap Makino's kid. Is Makino's kid Shanks' kid? Do people still think that, or do people think it's Ben Beckman's kid? Pay to kidnap Makino's kid. No, pay to kidnap Uta. Oh, there we go. Pay to kidnap Uta. Pay to kidnap Uta. Oda fucked up making Uta a character. It's over. Pay to kidnap Uta. Send Shanks details of where... Because I wouldn't be able to kidnap the giant kid without the use of superpowered individuals. And I'm not allowed to hire superpowered individuals. Send Shanks details of where Uta is at. Then recreate the exact same scenario as the Huguma bandit scene. Gotta rearrange this shit. There we go. This is surefire now. Tom, thanks for being a Yonko tier member for 20 months, man. Morj, Bonnie's backstory doesn't imply that it's hard to make a devil fruit smoothie. The research was to see if you can give a fetus a devil fruit in the womb. Reread it. You're right. I misinterpreted that. You're definitely right. Therefore, devil fruit smoothies are on the table. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. There we go. Thank you very much, Tom. You've clarified something that is crucial to murdering these Yonko. Manny, thanks for the 5. Hey, Morj, I know you dislike the official One Piece translation, but what about other series? I want to read Chainsaw Man, but should I try official or scans? That's a really fucking good question. I think what I end up reading is the Viz translation for Chainsaw Man. I forget, honestly, what I read initially, but the recent chapters, I'm pretty sure I read Viz. Do people want to chime in who are more regular weekly Chainsaw Man readers? Because I don't remember what I read now. I do remember certain things, like the translation is crucial. I remember there's a certain joke that involves power and a car that reads much better with either the fan translation or the official translation. I don't remember, and I kind of use that as my basis of which one was better. I would have to look up and pull up like the fan translations versus the official translations, and I would probably have to go use that the car scene as the benchmark for which one is the better one to read. So I'm sorry about that. Maybe some people in chat can give some better advice on that. Because I just remember when I was going to go back to read Chainsaw Man Part 1, and I was like, wait, which translation should I use? Did I initially read the official translation or the fan translation? I went to the car scene, compared the two translations to the car scene, and I was like, this one is better. I just don't remember which one is this one. I think for you, I would say this. Why you could even do this, which is like read. Like sometimes when I'm unsure is the official good or not good for a certain series. One, I'll read people's I'll read up posts on Reddit where people talk about that. If there's nothing that seems concrete, then what I'll do is like I'll read 5 chapters in one translation, and then read those same 5 chapters in the fan translation, and then kind of just compare. And 5 chapters isn't a lot. Chainsaw Man 5 chapters goes by very quickly. You just skim, right? Like you read one, but then you skim the translation of the other. You compare, contrast, like okay, these 5 versus these 5, or you can even do it over 3 chapters, and then you pick. Just keep in mind that readability, to me, with translations, as long as one doesn't seem drastically off, then readability matters more than accuracy. It's okay for a series to be maybe like a little bit inaccurate in a few points, or like a little bit slightly off base in a few points. The readability matters a lot more. Readability and phrasing, because you just get so much more out of like dialogue feeling natural, jokes hitting naturally, important phrases and monologues and stuff like hitting in a way that feels impactful, that carries weight, that feels natural to read. That stuff matters more. It's okay if like maybe they're off with the meaning once in a while or something like that, because I think overall the flow of information, just like even just certain like lots of series, there's certain classic quotes or lines that maybe came from the fan translation rather than the official translation, because the official butchers it by making it a little bit more clunky. So I think that's something to consider. So I would, if you don't find a good consensus on that, I would recommend just read a few chapters of official, reread those same chapters from fan translation, see what seems more readable, and see as long as the fan translation seems accurate enough, then it's probably good enough. Unless the official is more readable, then stick with that. Lucky Man, thanks for being a Pirate King tier member for 9 months. If you have to make a Manga Morj video for Dragon Ball / Dragon Ball Z, what would you talk about? I personally like the whole Goku doesn't fight to win, he fights because he likes the process. Too bad it's barely touched on. I'm not a big enough of a Dragon Ball head that I would do justice to like a Goku character breakdown. I think what I would talk about is probably, you could talk a lot about influence type things, and even how like certain arc structures set sort of the standard for a lot of arc structures and like storyline structuring for future series that are influenced by Dragon Ball. So I could talk about that. I could talk about the idea of how like, I think like one thing that's interesting is how every single like power up, I could talk about the brilliance of the Super Saiyan power up as a concept, because I do think that it's a brilliant like one of the things that I always talk about is that Western animation, they don't do power-ups the way that like Western animation comics and stuff, they don't do power-ups like power-up like the way that Eastern stuff does, that anime does. Power-ups became common as a concept, like characters having like these rage-based transformations and stuff, or like going in the mountain to train and stuff like that and coming back with a new form. That became really common and ever present in anime post Dragon Ball, right? In DC, it's not a thing. Like characters get power-ups, like Thor will get the Odin Force and shit like that, but like you don't have these, like usually it's the result of some temporary sort of thing that they figure out, or like some temporary boost that they get from some outside source. Like Spider-Man gets the Venom, gets the black suit for a while or something like that. Like shit power-ups obviously happen. Let me be clear about that. But a lot of it is like not in the way that it's done with anime, where it's like Superman's never going to get so angry that suddenly he transforms into like Super Saiyan Superman or something. The closest you get is him taking a dip in the sun, or something like that. That's the closest you get. Or him being handed cosmic armor or something. Like, there's temporary power-ups, and that started becoming common as time went on. But not, like, intrinsic, like, this character has, like, X different forms that they've been evolving through and stuff like that over time. That just isn't really common in DC or Marvel. And if it's become more common, it's because of anime influence. So I think the Super Saiyan power-up, just as a concept, I think that's maybe the most game-changing shit that anime's ever had. And I think it's one of those things where if, like, Dragon Ball didn't invent it, then it's possible it just wouldn't be a thing in anime, period. Because I look at fucking DC and Marvel, and it's not a thing there. It's not a thing, not in the same way. Usually characters have to be handed new tools or something like that to give them a power boost, and it's temporary, and a lot of that is anime-inspired in the first place. So that tells me that the concept of this emotion-based, rage-based, like, mid-fight just transform power-up, that's something that stems from anime influence, and particularly Dragon Ball influence. Like, you wouldn't just have it if somebody didn't think of Dragon Ball. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see. Who are we doing next? Who's up next? Also, let's get the stream likes to 150. Raichi says Superman became a Green Lantern once. I mean, like, lots of characters get these temporary sort of, like, here, why don't you, like Superman got cosmic armor once, you know, like, Superman, like, shit happens. Like, they're handed stuff at times. That happens. Like, they will get power-ups, temporary power-ups, but not like the anime type of power-up where it's like Superman getting so angry during a fight that he unlocks something within himself or something like that. That's not common, and it only became a thing, really, once it started, like, before Dragon Ball. You're not seeing that in DC Marvel comics. Dragon Ball influenced anime to have that more common, which in turn, DC and Marvel started catching on and started doing things like that. Like, I genuinely think that Super Saiyan is kind of the origin of that type of power-up. Of just, like, this emotion-based explosion of, like, you transform into this next level thing. I don't know where it's present before. Tom, thanks for the 5. My girlfriend's name is Bonnie, and she does a double take whenever you say it, lol. Wait, what? Did you do a double take just now? I met her, fell in love, and completed 2 years of college before Wanovid. Okay, all right, well, the Wanovid is coming. Before I Get Island ends, the Wanovid will be out. Also helps that Oda's taking a lot of breaks, so it'll definitely be out. Okay, who are we doing next? We're not going to do Luffy, because I already did Luffy when we did the plan to defeat all the Straw Hats. We doing Kaido next or Big Mom? I'll do Big Mom next. Let's do Big Mom next. Big Mom's an easier target, because she's dumb. Big Mom's so weird, because, like, it's just weird. I don't really know. I still, to this day, don't fully get Oda's concept of her as a villain, because on the one hand, he kind of presents her as, like, the craftier, like, you don't really read Kaido as, like, a crafty type villain, you know what I mean? But Big Mom reads as this sort of, like, in some ways, this sort of craftier, more scheming, more Machiavellian type villain, right? But then on the other hand, like, she's written as this giant dumbass dodo, in many ways, where it's just like, what the fuck is even going on in her brain? She has the most dumbass moments by far. Out of any of the Yonko. Like, Blackbeard has ones that are, like clumsy, like, just Blackbeard being clumsy, but Big Mom has ones that are just straight up, like, she's a fucking moron. Let's see, where was... That's where this conversation continued on. Like, where's this shit? Yeah, it's just hard to say, like, did Oda want Big Mom to be this, like, really cunning villain, or really, I don't know, like, cunning, scheming type? Like, she's got the most, like, Blackbeard obviously is the best planner, right? But Oda, it seems very intentional, the type of contrast that Blackbeard is, which is that he is, like, he's not this Aizen level planner. He's more like a roguish, cunning, like, almost Jack Sparrow-esque in terms of, like, I've got this scheme, and I think it'll work. I've got a good feeling it'll work. Jack Sparrow's maybe not the right right sort of pick for comparison here, but it's sort of like Blackbeard does fly by the seat of his pants a little bit in some of his plans, and some of his plans come together perfectly, but then he's also going to get caught with his pants down in some sort of scenarios. It's just the way he is. But Big Mom, it's just different in that, she seems to be, really, really calculated in some senses, but then just has no brain straight up in a lot of other senses, and it's just in a different manner than Blackbeard. Blackbeard is kind of part of his, roguish charm, whereas Big Mom, it's just, what is she supposed to be? Is she supposed to be smart, or is she supposed to be easily tricked and naive and gullible? Because I never get the sense that Blackbeard is easily... That's the thing. I never get the sense that Blackbeard is, stupid. You know what I mean? Or that he's naive or gullible. I think sometimes he's just a little bit overconfident, or his guard is a little bit lower, right? Whereas Big Mom, I just genuinely think that she's stupid in some scenarios. The Low Man, thanks a lot. Give Big Mom a poisonous cake. So that does seem to be the answer. So let's take a look back at where was the scene where Jinbei feeds Big Mom, right? So it's a hunger pang situation. I guess it's a little bit earlier than this, maybe 829. Where does he feed Big Mom? What led to this? Okay, so this is very easy. This is actually very, very easy. Okay. So let's read this. Let's read what's happening here. She wants something specific. So you can't just feed Big Mom anything random because she has hunger pangs. She wants specific things. Bring me a croquembouche boucher, right? It's her hunger pangs. She wants something very specific. She wanted semla. She wants croquembouche boucher. She wants wedding cake. Did you guys know she wanted wedding cake for 50 chapters, 80 episodes? She wants croquembouche. Okay? So we need to fix this. They're all wrong. Mama, you have to stop. Give us 30 minutes. The chefs are whipping up a masterpiece for you now. Why can Streusen not make this? Okay, because the things that Streusen makes don't taste good. That's the key. Okay. So what we need here are some really high-level chefs. We need some really high-level chefs. Yeah, we need some tip-top chefs. That's the answer. Okay, so what I need to do here is I need to hire... Who are the best chefs in the One Piece world that aren't at Baratier? I need to hire the best chefs. Yeah, this one's fucking easy. I need to hire the best chefs because I have to be able to make whatever needs to be made on the spot. So I need to hire the best chefs in the world, essentially. Hire best chefs in the world. When Big Mom has her next craving and wants a specific food... I can use this space now. Can I add a shape? Whoops. Can I add shapes here? How do I add shapes? This is text. Okay, this is good enough. Here, the rules. There we go. This is the box for the rules. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Okay. So, when Big Mom has her next craving and wants a specific food, my chefs whip it up ASAP. And throw a devil fruit in there, toss it to her, she eats it and dies. Easy. Okay. Anything wrong with that? I think that's pretty easy. Type 35, thanks for the 5. Dragon Ball probably started that trope, but did you know in Celtic mythology there's heroes who have a similar power called Riastrad? I did not know that. Maybe Dragon Ball started it in, you know, the modern day mediums of like comics, animation, stuff like that. Riostrad. Celtic mythology. I don't know much about Celtic mythology. I feel like that's one of the not commonly heard about ones. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who Celtic gods are or anything like that. You hear a lot about like Norse, Greek, Hindu mythology to some degree, stuff like that. Akash Panda says Big Mom already has the best chefs. Does she have the best chefs in the world, though? I don't know if she has the best chefs in the world. Okay, how about the fastest chefs? Because they just need to be faster. The quality of the food actually won't matter. The quality of the food is actually irrelevant because the goal is to kill her. So how about that? The Yon Cooks. Wait, the Yon Cooks. The Yon Cooks. Who are the Yon Cooks again? Yon Cooks. Who are the Yon Cooks? No, they work for Marine headquarters. Never mind, I can't hire them. The Yon Cooks. Okay, Kaido is different. I don't know how we're doing Kaido. I was kind of saving him. I think we got to get to him last. Let's do Blackbeard. Rodrigo Aliaga, thanks for being a Pirate King tier member for 3 months. By the way, to recent Pirate King tier members, I think we just had another Pirate King. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed the last podcast. Again, the latest Pirate King tier podcast was really fucking long, and it covered a lot of topics. It was an hour and a half long. It covered stuff like dropping acid, like all sorts of random ass topics. And I did it on Delta 8, so semi-high basically. If you guys want to check that out, be my guest. Consider upgrading to Pirate King tier. But I do think it was a really good one. So if you want to check that out, then, check it out when you get the chance. It is out now, and you get access to that and all other Pirate King podcasts. So Rodrigo Diaga, who is a recent member of the Pirate King podcast, or of the Pirate King tier. Hi, Morj. Do you think Joy Boy will look like Luffy or Roger? I think it'd be great if he looked like Ace to feed into the Ace was shaped to be Joy Boy's successor theme. Love the late streams, BTW. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And as for looking like Luffy or Roger, I wouldn't be surprised if he visually looked a bit more like Luffy rather than Ace. It would be interesting to like help shape that idea that like Ace was supposed to be Joy Boy's successor and all that. But I don't know. I've just got a feeling more and more now that when we see Joy Boy, it is going to be more and more similar to like Luffy in terms of look, personality as well. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if I had to guess between the two, I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's supposed to look like Luffy. One of the reasons being, we already feel like are getting the sense that Joy Boy is kind of like the Luffy before Luffy. Number two, I imagine the Void Sentry and therefore Joy Boy's flashback will be a particularly long flashback, right? A very long flashback. Probably the longest we've had in the story so far, just because it's the most important and it covers a whole century war, right? The Void Sentry. I wouldn't be, and we're already kind of getting things set up with the idea that Joy Boy had his own crew, things like that. I think that Oda doesn't really like doing long stints of the story without Luffy and the Straw Hats. I think the idea, I wouldn't be surprised if Joy Boy being very, very similar to Luffy in many ways, even close to it in appearance, would make a lot of sense simply because it would allow Oda to really spend an extended amount of time writing about the story like 800 years in the past, while still having the reader feel as though we're following just an alternate version of Luffy, rather than just some characters that we basically have no connection to, Because in any other One Piece backstory, like, there is a strong connection to current day events. Like, you see characters from the current day in those backstories, right? Like, you're reading Nami's backstory, Nami's still in that backstory, Gen's still in that backstory, or Gen's still in that backstory, like, Chopper's backstory features Chopper, right? Fisher Tiger's backstory, even though it features a lot of characters we don't know, it has Jinbei. The most detached we've ever had a backstory from current day events was the Nolan Kalgara backstory, which is probably going to be the closest to what the Void Sentry stuff was. And Nolan Kalgara's backstory took place like centuries ago. And even then, at the very least, the closest thing, like there we had like Kalgara, who seems very similar to Wiper. I feel like if you did the Void Sentry flashback, like the Odin flashback, we had familiar characters that we liked and wanted to see more of, like Roger, Whitebeard, etc. The Void Sentry flashback, it's going to be totally new ass cast of characters. We don't fucking know these people. We don't know Zunisha. We don't know Lily. We don't know Joy Boy, right? Like, these are all new. Like, it's a blank slate. Like, nobody connected to the modern day world. Therefore, I think that it's very likely that we will see instead characters that are similar to our main characters, right? Like Lily will likely be very similar to Vivi. I imagine Joy Boy might be very similar to Luffy. Just that familiarity might make that backstory feel a little bit more natural. I don't know. A Giga Chad version of Luffy? Joy Boy look like a Giga Chad? Maybe. Maybe. All right, Blackbeard. Let's do Blackbeard, and then we got to tackle Kaido. Yeah, Toki, but I don't feel like Toki was even like really a endearing character of the Wano arc or anything like that. You know, like I think even out of Odin's entire backstory characters, Toki's maybe the most forgettable. It's just like I came from the past. It's like, okay, does this matter for this backstory whatsoever? Nope. I just exist to send people into the future. So Toki's relevance will come up later, I imagine. Tom says, Morj, read chat or we hold the likes hostage. Oh, guys, let's get the stream likes up to 150. Okay, let's do this. What are we doing with Blackbeard? Blackbeard is always awake. That's a problem. That is a problem. How do we trick Blackbeard? Because Blackbeard, I feel like, he's very conniving and very suspicious of things in general. Again, I don't think you can just hand him a cherry pie and he would just eat it. I don't think that's how he works. Blackbeard is actually genuinely difficult because it would require him overestimating himself in a way. Like the times we've seen him, like he's overconfident, right? That's a key part of him. Like Blackbeard talks about. Let's see. Your weakness is that you overestimate yourself and get careless. So that's Blackbeard's weakness. But it's hard to really orchestrate a situation where that happens. I also think it's interesting that that's kind of like Luffy's weakness too. And this was an arc exploring Luffy's weakness. Like overestimating yourself. I mean, it's not necessarily Luffy's weakness, but Luffy didn't realize... Like, Luffy just assumes that he's going to be able to tackle whatever challenge comes up. And this was the first time... Like, this whole Marineford saga was the first time he learned he's not strong enough to actually do that. Let's see. How do we orchestrate a situation where Blackbeard's weakness is sort of... Because we can't even feed him multiple devil fruits. The ace in the hole of feeding him multiple devil fruits doesn't work. Because he likes that shit. He'd be happy with it. He wants more devil fruits. It wouldn't even matter. Allende Hegwood says Blackbeard isn't falling for the juice trick though. He's scary. Even if he fell for the juice trick, it wouldn't matter. He would be okay. He can have multiple devil fruits. Don't let Shuri give him the antidote for Magellan's poison. I mean, how do we get him to be victimized by Magellan's poison? Okay, Spike Kirby says buy Shinokuni from Caesar. And a submarine and automate from Katakuri Island. Send them to self-destruct under the ship. The poison freezes the crew and they drown under the sea. What? Katakuri Island. Okay. Okay, so basically, that kind of makes sense. Is there something simpler? Best bet is to sink him, says Meek. Blackbeard has to be pushed into the sea. Ah, shit. Man. Fuck, man. How do we kill Blackbeard? Could you convince one Yonko to fight him? The thing is, I think Blackbeard's got a good shot against any Yonko. Like, I think he's weaker than the other Yonko, being Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, stuff like that. But if he's convinced into fighting them, he's gonna do it in a way that he probably won't lose. You know what I mean? Like, he'll figure out a path. I think I got it. There's one Yonko who I know will defeat Blackbeard. Who I know we can rely on to defeat Blackbeard. Can you guess which Yonko it is? Huh? Can you? Can you guess which Yonko it is? Okay. Here's the deal. Send a letter to... You know which Yonko is guaranteed a victory over Blackbeard? Yeah, that's right. Straw Hat Luffy. That Blackbeard has captured Kobe and Pudding and just see what the fuck happens. He's tell me that Luffy's not kicking Blackbeard's ass. It's over. We know it's happening. It's gonna happen in the story regardless. There's no way around it. It's done. And Garp. Fuck. I don't know if Luffy would come save Garp. I don't think Luffy would come save Garp. I think that's like a... Okay, let's swap Garp for Garp. Let's do Garp. Garp and Pudding. Let's just see what happens. Alright. I think this is it. Like, come on. I think this is it. I'm taking the Straw Hat Pirates over the Blackbeard Pirates any day. We know that's what's going to happen in the story. The Straw Hat Pirates will beat the what do you call it? Will beat the what do you call it? Straw Hat Pirates will beat the Blackbeard Pirates. So it's basically set. Kenji YST says, more trusting my plan is better. Tell him about Poseidon, get him to go to Fishman Island, use the Alabasta bomb to burst the bubble, sinking him. The problem is we don't know if Blackbeard himself would go to Fishman Island. He could send his crew members, because like they said, he sent crew members to go get, Pudding, for example, right? There's different crew members. Like he sent some crew members to get Pudding. He sent Van Auger, Lafitte, Katarina Devon to go do the mission at Egghead Island, you know? Akash Panda, thanks a lot. Does this count? Or not thanks a lot, but thanks for pointing this out. Does this count as using a superhuman to help you? Because that's against the rules. It's actually not against the rules. The rules are specific. I'm allowed to hire one non-superpowered individual to help me per Yonko. I'm allowed to orchestrate events in which other characters would naturally take action. That's different. I'm only allowed to hire one non-superpowered individual. So I can't just like pay the Straw Hat crews. I mean, the Straw Hats wouldn't do this anyway. But I can't just pay crews to like cross guild to go after Blackbeard. But I can orchestrate situations in which case, they would get fucked up. The Low Man, thanks for the 2. Why wouldn't Luffy save his grandpa? I mean, it's kind of like, it's the same thing as, like even when they were leaving, what chapter would this be? 489 maybe? When they were leaving Saboti, so they find out that that Ace's life is fading. When they're leaving here, and they were asking like, "Hey, are you sure? It's fine. Don't worry. Like we're not going to go just save. It's fine. It's basically just like he's just like okay. Like for Ace, that's his own adventure, or whatever. They took the same attitude ultimately with Vivi, where it's like, oh, Vivi's captured, but we're not just going to go all out to go save Vivi. It was only once Luffy found out that Ace is factually getting executed that Luffy took action, you know? So I don't know about the Grandpa situation. I feel like it's almost as though we would need Blackbeard to get his hands on someone that Luffy would just have to act now for. So I don't know. Tom is saying, Morj, you skipped my super. I'm sorry, man. Let me see. Sorry, man. Start a rumor of a person with an extremely powerful Zoan Devil Fruit. Get a strong sea stone shrapnel bomb that goes off when the target dies, like Netero. No, I think Blackbeard would be able to survive that. He survived like Law's attacks. I just don't know if that's good enough. Maybe a big actual bomb, like an explosion. The problem, again, is that Blackbeard could send his crew members to get it. So far, Blackbeard, like, the only time Blackbeard has gone himself for something was for Boa Hancock. So it's like, it's a coin toss, and that's because his other crew members are doing different missions. So it's a coin toss, you know? New X7, thanks for the 5. Hope I'm not being annoying and trying to bribe you. For 10, would you watch the MGS5 trailer on stream? Also push the Devil Fruit Eaters into the sea. How about this? I will watch it. You don't have to send... You've already supered quite a bit this stream, so don't worry about that. I do appreciate it. I will watch it if that's the last... But it'll be the last thing I do on the stream. So I got to finish this stuff out, and then I can close the stream watching it. Because I saw it's $5... Or not $5. 5 minutes. And that's like a little bit long to do a detour of, basically. But I could watch it on stream if we can get through the rest of this, basically. So, yeah, how about that? So thanks, NewX7. I do appreciate quite a bit. And JWP, thank you for gifting multiple memberships. Hopefully you all will be able to check out the Pirate King or Yonko podcast, whatever it may be. Yokai Gota, Spiked Kirby, say thanks to JWP. As usual, JWP coming in clutch with the membership. Seriously, man, I really, really do appreciate that. As do the members of the stream. Everyone, like, some support for JWP here. Definitely if you got just gifted a membership. JWP saying, Yokai Gota, I swore you already had a membership, bro. Also, let's get the stream likes up to 150. And thanks for gifting another membership, man. Brothership, say thanks to JWP. Thank you, seriously. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, the tricky thing is I don't know if Luffy would go after... Maybe Sanji would really want to save Pudding, and that might be the key. Oh, okay. And that Blackbeard has learned that... and that Blackbeard is about to go after Wano and Shirahoshi, because that should be the case, right? Because it's Blackbeard just got the news from Caribou, right? So I think this should work. Manny says, but would Luffy kill him? That's true. I don't know if Luffy wouldn't kill him. I be waiting on the side with a sniper who uses sea stone, and once Blackbeard is defeated, the sniper kills him. There we go. Good point. They wouldn't kill Blackbeard, you're right. Although I do think that the end of Blackbeard does involve Blackbeard being defeated and, like, meeting his end in the ocean. Because I don't imagine Luffy outright killing him, but Blackbeard going out in the ocean or something like that could make sense. I don't know. Kenji YST says, this plan is basically just wait for the plot to unfold. Yeah, I just need to... It technically still counts. You know? Because I'm orchestrating the event. I'm hastening the pace of the plot. I think it still is okay. Okay. Yeah, then we got the tough one. We got the problem child here. Kaido the Beast. So, just as a reiteration of why this is such a fucking difficult challenge, this one, is because his literal introduction is that he can't, like... It's a fucking long-ass narrated monologue. He was sentenced to death 40 times. When he was hanged, the rope snapped. When put under the guillotine, the blade cracked. When skewered, the spear broke. None of these people were able to kill him, and that included he himself. Nobody can fucking kill this man. It's, I don't know what the fuck we don't even know if Luffy killed him. We still don't know. I mean, a devil fruit should do it, right? A devil fruit should do it, so it should be fine. So it should be doable. We don't know why. Like, I guess Kaido wanting a glamorous death or whatever, extravagant death, that's the problem here. But a devil fruit should do it. The low man, thanks for the 5. I think either Akainu or Blackbeard might be the first villain Luffy might actually kill. I do agree with that. I do think Blackbeard or Akainu could be the first ones to go out like that. I just don't imagine a future... Because here's the thing. For so far, we've hit a point in the story where we've hit this interesting point in the story where it's difficult to imagine futures for villains, period. Outside of them being just killed or sent to the bottom of the ocean floor. Because if you think about the villains that we've been hitting so far, right? Most of pre-time skip, it's like, oh, we defeat Arlong, we defeat Crocodile, etc. Like, these characters, they're being sent to jail. That's what happens. They get sent to jail, impel down, whatever the hell, right? You beat them up, beat up the bad guy, they go to jail. Or you beat up someone like Lucci and he basically like loses his job or something, right? Like, they're not such worldwide threats that there's this question of, okay, but we beat them, how do we keep them down forever or something? Because it's not about that, right? They're either being sent to jail or they're just out of the equation, out of the running in terms of being relevant. Doflamingo was the last villain that could really happen to. Doflamingo was the last villain that we had where the answer is just, okay, they go to jail. You know? With Kaido and Big Mom, it's kind of like, I mean, like, they've tried, like, it was made clear from the beginning that, like, they've caught Kaido. Like, Kaido has been caught and, like, caught by the Marines, like, 18 times. Like, caught by the Marines or enemy ships, like, 18 times. Like, this dude gets caught and sentenced to death millions of times over. That's not a solution for this guy. Big Mom, same thing. Like, these are such significant characters that just throwing them in jail isn't really an answer. So the answer for them, I guess, was that they got sent to be in lava at the bottom of Wano for a while. It's like, okay, what happens next? What happens with like Akainu? Akainu's the leader of the Marines. You defeat Akainu. What exactly is the future for him? You defeat Blackbeard. He's similar. He's like a Yonko. What exactly is the future for him? Like characters like of this caliber, Kaido, Big Mom. It's the same way we don't know what the fuck happened to Rocks. You know, like, do they die? What happens to them? Emu, same thing. JWP, thanks. His hobby is suicide. Coldest shit I've ever heard. Kaido's introduction remains to this date like the most badass introduction of not only any One Piece character, but maybe the coolest character introduction that I've ever read, period. It is pretty insane. If it's one thing, Gohan Op PBR says, if it's one thing Kaido's good at, it's not dying. It took bombs and Luffy and Big Mom for him to unalive. We actually don't still know if he's not alive or not yet. Tom, thanks a lot. Morj, lure Kaido to a sky island with a rumor of a Joy Boy-centered poneglyph. Surround the ground under it with sea stone syringes filled with devil fruit juice. He'll jump off when he finds no poneglyph. Oh, so you're saying have him just jump off and, like, land on the sea stone syringes? I just don't know if that'd kill him, because, like, he'd still be physically as tough as he is. So when he lands, he'd just... I also think it'd be really difficult. Like, you'd have to make the whole island like that. I also think... I don't know. I just don't know if that would kill him, you know? I feel like his body might just be so physically tough he just survives anyway. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Also, wouldn't he be able to see it as he approaches the ground? And just, like, stop himself from falling? Because he can fly and shit? I do think the key is something to do with his sake. I feel like it's something to do with his sake. Like, the having him have another devil fruit. To me, having him have another devil fruit feels more concrete than sea stone, personally. New X7, thanks for the 2. Dress as Odin to give PTSD and do a Cars on Kaido. A Cars on Kaido? The Cars from JoJo's? What? Do a Cars on Kaido? I don't remember what... I don't remember how this is... I don't know exactly. I know how Cars was defeated, but I don't really know how that would work here. How do we get the... Oh, Tom says, more the syringes are filled with devil fruit juice. I think we need to make sure that he drinks it, because he could just stop himself from the syringes if he chose to. In theory, he wouldn't, because he actually wants to kill himself. No, but I think even the... No, because you can't lure him... If you lure him to a sky island because there's a poneglyph there, then he's just going to find the poneglyph. That doesn't mean that he's going to jump off the island. You know what I mean? It's not like just because he goes to a sky island, he's going to necessarily jump off of it. This is a scenario where he went to the sky island specifically because he was like, okay, let me try killing myself by jumping off a sky island. That's different from Kaido hearing about a poneglyph and then choosing to go to a sky island for the purpose of reading the poneglyph. That's not going to guarantee that he's in a suicide mood or something. You know, these are two separate frames of mind. I just think that we need him to what do you call? Um, I think we need him to drink some devil fruit juice. I think that's the key. Even syringes would first of all have to be tipped with sea stone so that they could even pierce him, and then it has to have devil fruit extract inside of them. And then we would need so much devil fruit extract because he could land on any of the syringes. And then on top of that, there's no guarantee that he'd jump just for the sake of jumping. There's a lot of things here. Yeah, big shots like Kaido have wine tasters or on the spot sake manufacturing, since assassinating them with a second devil fruit would be such an obvious thing for enemies to do. Again, it's the One Piece verse, so I think Oda leaves certain like holes in the story that could be exploited because he's just not trying to think of every little thing. But we have to assume that it's difficult to get sake in his alcohol, right? Like, what's a guaranteed way to get sake in his alcohol? A guaranteed way to get sake in his alcohol. There almost isn't any, is there? Like, how do we spike his sake? Tom saying many people in Wano would die. Pay some of his crew members to continuously drop subliminal messages of Odin. He gets depressed and decides to drink. Months prior, take charge of the imported sake and put devil fruit in all of it. I only have a week. I have 1 week to set up per Yonko. I don't know if we can kill Kaido. Was there something like he has no familial weaknesses like like he doesn't even care about his daughter, son, whatever. Maybe he lives at Onigashima. Sometimes he leaves Onigashima, but for inconsistent reasons, not easily exploitable reasons. Just give him poison alcohol. What is the mechanism to getting him to drink poison alcohol? Tom says 1 week is arbitrary. Get rid of it. Blackbeard took decades to kill Whitebeard, but that's the fun of the rule. Like, if we get rid of rules, then it's just there's no point. Because like if we make it as free flow as I like, then it just doesn't matter. Then I can kill any character without too much trouble. The fun of the exercise is like is figuring out the key weakness. Zoro kills Kaido. Just let him hit Big Mom. He will die of STD. Shit. Okay. I could pay off Orochi, right? I'm allowed to hire one non-suit. No, Orochi has superpowers. Damn, I don't know if Kaido has a weakness like this. Just be like, want some free liquor? You think that would I don't think that would work. Cash Panda says, Morj, it's Kaido. There doesn't need to be a reason for him to drink alcohol. Yeah, so what's the plan? Am I just showing up on his island with some alcohol? I'm not being like immediately taken captive by his prison, like by his guards or something like that. Like how are we making this happen? Am I not being taken captive? If I have alcohol, why would they immediately take it to Kaido? Kaido's got his own giant stash of alcohol. Henchme976 says, but you wouldn't use him for his superpowers. I don't know. We're playing with fire there. Hire one non-superpowered individual to help me per Yonko. I guess it would count. Plus, Orochi's so weak that it's almost like he's not superpowered. Pay off the chefs at Onigashima Festival to slip in devil fruit. Maybe that's the closest we can get to. Pay off the chefs at the Onigashima. But it's like, which dish would be his? Because I don't have access to unlimited devil fruits, right? Devil fruits cost money. I guess there would be a dish that's specifically Kaido's, right? Yeah, maybe paying off Onigashima chefs. Because Kaido's crew, I don't think has much loyalty to them in the same way. Do characters like Miss Golden Week and Django count as superpowered? I'm gonna say yes. And his observation hockey would help him. I don't think observation hockey susses out like whether there's poison in drinks, but it can suss out malintent, I think. Do a second Marine Ford. I just feel like there should be something cleaner. Like, this is straightforward. Blackmail one of the nurses. Like, it's clear. Like, we can easily identify. Like, okay, he has nurses who feed it, who like set up his life medicine, etc. Right? With Kaido, it's like it's more of a vague idea, which isn't really shown in the story. It's like, okay, well, Kaido must have some alcohol supply or something like that. Therefore, we could probably pay off one of his attendants or something. We don't know which attendant. We don't know who the attendants are. Just pay off somebody to. I think we might just have to go with a weak thing for Kaido, which is just, yeah. Can Seraphims kill him altogether? You can't pay. I can't pay Seraphims. I'm allowed to hire one non-superpowered individual to help me per Yonko at most. Tom says, major idea alert. Mevan W says, Morj, can LeBron beat Prime Whitebeard in a fight? No, I think Prime Whitebeard, LeBron would beat him at basketball. This is actually bothering me. I swear there should be something for Kaido. I just can't tell what it is. Tom says, Morj, pay Germa scientists to make you an invisibility suit. Then you can easily sneak devil fruit juice into his sake. Don't say this doesn't work. Not an invisibility suit, because I feel like the one that they had was suited for Sanji. But Absalom, right? No, I would need to kill Shiryu. I feel like killing Shiryu is not that hard, because it's just Shiryu, and Shiryu has not been impressive so far. If I'm allowed to do this before Absalom... Okay. If I'm allowed to do this before they killed Absalom... The invisibility fruit, something. I need a fruit. I need a fruit to slip this shit in. What's a good-ass fruit? I know. Hold on. I got this. Chill. Okay. What does this do? What can Tanakis do? I need a fruit. I need a simple little fruit that would allow me to sneak around a little bit. I could kill Bunbunku. And then I get Tanuki abilities. I could kill Bunbunku. I need something really, really simple. I need to kill some devil fruit user and use their fruit to get in and get out and poison as alcohol. Who are the devil fruit users that are relevant here? We can. There needs to be someone I could reasonably kill or have killed. The door fruit. The door fruit would be clutch here. Bluno would be clutch here. But I can't kill Bluno. Bluno's really strong. None of this is useful. Give me something here. Give me something here. Perona's fruit could be good. What's the Niku Niku no Mi? What does this one do? What does this mean? Oh, it's the duh. Pawpaw fruit. They'll believe it. Ask the Tontadas. Oh, I could ask the Tontadas. Yeah. I could ask the Tontadas. Morley's fruit. Hold on. Yeah, his observation haki is normally off. We know Kaido's observation haki is normally off. We saw the scabbards ambush him. They will drag you down. Who are you talking about here? Yeah, I could ask the Tontadas. You guys are genius. Okay, who came up with this? Okay, Manny. The Tontadas is the answer. The Tontadas is the answer. It's it. That's it. The Tontadas is the answer. The Tontadas are the answer. You're right, Manny. That is an ace in the hole. Okay. I think it's the Tontadas. Tell the Tontadas who believe anything that, I don't know, Kaido is going to kill Luffy, which is kind of true, and that I need their help to kill him. Tontadas carry a vial of devil fruit juice extract, sneak around in Onigashima, pour it into Kaido's sake. He drinks it and dies. Keep in mind, Tontadas are small enough to literally ride around on bugs. Like, this is not... It is not unreasonable. Like, if Tama could sneak into Onigashima, the Tontadas can guaranteed sneak into Onigashima. Jing Free says, "Hey Morj, you promised me mod position." I'm sorry, Jing Free. I haven't seen you since then. Congrats on getting it right, by the way. I had not seen you since then, but you are now a mod. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Jing Freaks won the competition last time on chapter predictions. Why wouldn't this work? I feel like this would work. Prince Jerma says the big balls of the Tanuki would drag you down. Punbunku. Yeah, I think this works. Why wouldn't this work? My academia says, but couldn't they be sensed? But Kaido doesn't have observation haki on normally. Like who's sensing them? Whoops. Who's sensing them out there? I can't imagine losing. The fuck? Where does this ambush happen? I think right around here. Kaido kills Orochi. This was a cool chapter. Oh my god. Get up to the fucking thing and ambush him. Okay. Yeah, like, keep in mind, like, there is no reason not, like, it's, first of all, the fight has already begun, right? There's fucking explosions and shit going on. Momonosuke is here. Like, the fight is going on. Like, shit is going on. Still no observation haki to be seen. King caught by surprise. Literally every single one of the scabbards are able to surprise Kaido. Like, I think that... I don't think that they're just gonna sense Tontadas crawling around, you know? I think the simple fact that nobody sensed the scabbards sneaking around the island means that there's no way that they're gonna sense Tontada sneaking around the island. Because it's just like, why would, like, these, if they're not sensing the scabbards sneaking around the island, then what reason would there be that that Tontadas would be sensed? Okay, I think this works. Manny says, do Tontadas count as superpowered beings? I think yes, but I'm not hiring them. Right? So this would be for free. I'm just lying to them, which is different. I'm allowed to lie. Lying is allowed to other characters. Lying is allowed. Okay, we pretty much got it. I think we pretty much got it here. Because Luffy, I think I already explained with Luffy, that what do you call? Luffy, you would have to go back to the previous stream I already did. Also, let's get the stream likes up to 150 real quick. If you go back to the previous stream I already did on this topic about Luffy, about how I would destroy all the Straw Hats. I already cover how I defeat Luffy. So Luffy's already checked off. The answer is basically you recreate the pie scene from chapter like 220 something or something like that. Just recreate the pie scene where, like, we already know what kills Luffy. Literally just you could just show up blindly, offer him an apple, not a pie scene, the apple scene. Offer him an apple. He will just eat anything you hand him. And if this is a devil fruit, he just dies. Killing Luffy is very simple. So there's that. I guess we could go over Buggy. I barely count Buggy. Okay, we could go over Buggy. Buggy, I think, is very simple, though, because it's just like... Buggy, why? I could just pay Crocodile 5... No, I can't pay Crocodile to do it. Fuck. I feel like killing Buggy should be the easiest, right? Killing Buggy should be the simplest by far. It's not even like he has like two loyal commanders who would really want to protect him. Buggy should be simple. Why isn't it simple? It's like a character's so weak that he doesn't even have like a clear weakness. His weakness is just that he's not strong. But he's still stronger than me, so I can't beat him. I still like the Sea Stone Sniper idea. I feel like I could just get him. I could pay Mihawk. I'm only allowed to hire non-superpowered individuals. I can't pay Mihawk. What if I send him a something that suggests that I know where the treasure of Captain John is? And I send him a map to Captain John's treasure. Hold on. No, but I think Buggy wouldn't be... I think Buggy's past the point where he would do the dirty work of trying to mine it himself now, you know? Like, because if we look here... So Buggy is trying to find Captain John's treasure. This was hilarious. They just start working with the miners. Okay. Yeah, would Buggy physically go find I think Buggy would. I think he would go look for Captain John's treasure, and I think we just have it riddled, island riddled. Okay, yeah. Send him fake map of Captain John's treasure. When Buggy gets to island to look for it, have the entire island blow up. I think that's pretty simple. Tom, thanks for the 2. Bribe with area people, make devil fruit juice infused rain. Okay, We're really going off the rails with the usage of devil fruit juice at this point. I think this is getting pretty. I don't know how much this actually works. Phantom Greyfire says Buggy's luck stat is maxed out. All your plans would go wrong somehow, Morj. I agree that his luck stat is maxed out, so it might just not work. But we kind of just got to go with our best bet here. All right. Wait, why is that not working? Outside of just good luck, do you have like a real reason? Interesting says he's a Yonko, no way he goes. I think because it's Captain John's treasure, he would not just send subordinates to get it, you know? It's kind of like, oh, I found out where the One Piece is. You, the captain, would go yourself, right? Buggy wants his hands on Captain John's treasure. I don't think he would just send, like, his lowest henchman to get it, because it's like, well, what if they take it? You know, I think Buggy would want it himself. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is what we got to do for Buggy. Also, for the sake of time, I got to shift over to the Metal Gear. I'm reacting. Why is this happening? I'm reacting to. This is for New X7. I'm reacting to. I guess I'm gonna do the reaction to Metal Gear. Let's see. Metal Gear E3. Hold on. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain E3. All right. We're doing a very specific reaction here. And if it's the wrong thing, you guys have to tell me right off the bat that it's the wrong thing. But I think I see it. Okay, and I gotta set shit up to make sure I don't get demonetized, so give me a second. Okay. How do I do this again? No, I think I do this. We're gonna keep this, but I'm just gonna make myself huge. Okay, so we do this, then we make this tiny, very tiny, and you guys will only see half of it, okay? And it's just the way it has to be, all right? I gotta be super safe with this shit. Transform, flip vertical, flip horizontal. And then I think I go to properties. Where's the opacity? Opacity is somewhere. Filters. Opacity. Okay. I'll keep opacity at like 50. Okay. Okay. And then lastly, I gotta mute desktop audio. Everything else is good. This is all good. I think this is all good. I think this works. Okay. Okay. This should work. I should be able to watch this. Alright, let me pull this shit over. Alright, we're going to watch a Metal Gear 5 reaction here. This is the trailer. This is for New X7. This is to close out the stream. This is a trailer for a video game that came out in 2013, 2014. Or I guess 2014. Alright, ready? This is an E3 trailer. I know everyone talks about Hideo Kojima as like the best video game developer or whatever. This looks crazy impressive because I'm not used to playing video games with like this detailed graphics and shit, you know? I have no context for any of this. Is this Snake? Am I looking at Snake? Is this Snake? Wait, E3 2013, but not the Red Band trailer? This is 2014. Alright, you just got to tell me what to click on. I got to click on the right thing. This one? But not the Red Band what the fuck? 2013. Okay, this one? This one's fucking long. Okay, is it this one? This is really fucking long. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, ready? 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 Is it this one? We're watching this one. This is happening. All right. Is this where's Snake? Wait, this is like a gameplay trailer though. You sure I'm supposed to watch this? Oh, it goes open world, so that's the exciting thing? And the open world is Afghanistan? I don't know how I feel about that. A new breed. This is the type. Okay. Let me just show you this. Well, you guys probably can't see what I'm seeing because I fucked the screen up a lot. But it's advertising a new breed of stealth. That's not attractive to me. How about a new breed of combat and actual action? I'm just not a stealth person. Open world Afghanistan? This feels weird. Open world Afghanistan? I don't know. Real time weather? That's kind of cool. Oh, damn, you can drive a tank? Oh my god. Can you kill horses when you're in the tank? Right now it says tactical espionage redefined. I think these are the key parts of the game. I think I just don't vibe with the core aspects of Metal Gear Solid gameplay, which is like, I'm just not a tactical espionage kind of person. So I'm keeping volume kind of low so I just don't get, hit with audio strikes. Realistic passage of time. Wait, so like actually, does it actually go like hour by hour like in real life or kind of sped up? Now it's saying deeper stealth action. Again, these are the things that are not attractive to me gameplay wise. This is not my style of gameplay. I want to be hitting things and killing things. All this stealth is making me upset. See, so right now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but Snake just killed 2 people. I would love for him to just be killing people, to just be able to kill people all the time. Damn. Oh shit. Is this the villain, Skullface? I do see what you mean. This does feel like a very cinematic approach to the, you know, to a game. Like it's being done like a movie trailer. This is pretty cool. I don't think I'd vibe with the gameplay, but I think the presentation of it all, and I imagine the story and all that, it's pretty great. Yeah, this seems really, really cinematic. I see what you're saying. I just wish they cut out all of the stealth. And I know Hideo Kojima is considered like a video game developer goat, like one of the best, if not, you know. I small nitpick. I think they could have used better title graphics for this, because like this snake is back! Exclamation! I don't know if you guys can even see, but this feels like something that I could make in like, you know, Windows Movie Maker. Hmm. Shit, I wonder, what if this was the one that I played? Because, like, this time. No, 2013. No, 2013. No, no, no. I definitely did not play this one. I think I played 3. I think the one I played was 3. Because, yeah, 2013, by that point, this was like, this would have been early high school, the memory I'm having. And 2013, I was just starting college by that point. Or 2013 is the year I graduated high school, first year of college as well. So, okay, my thoughts real quick are basically, it looks really epic. It does look really epic. So I do see that. I do see the appeal of that. It looks really epic. It feels very much like a movie, like an epic movie trailer. So I definitely see the appeal there. Again, for me with Metal Gear, and I understand that the creator of it is considered, you know, all-time great video game developer. But yeah, I think for me, just with Metal Gear, I think the style of gameplay is just not my preferred style of gameplay. One, I'm not a first-person shooter person in general, but two, even amongst that genre, I would really not want to play stealth stuff. So it's like a double whammy there. Is this off? Do I have this slightly off center? No, I guess this is good. Is this off center a little bit? Why is it saying it's off center? What did I do here? The hell? Okay, I guess it's good. Move myself back up. Okay. And we're back to normal. Alright. Wait a sec. Where'd the chart go? Here we go. Okay. Alright. Still, glad we got to see that. Alright, everybody. Oh, people are asking about the emote. Shit, I have new emotes for y'all. Okay, somebody please remind me next stream. We do have to vote on some new emotes. We have to vote on some new emotes. Please, somebody remind me next stream. Please, somebody remind me. Oh, have I seen the Sakamoto Days trailer yet? I have not seen the Sakamoto Days trailer. You want? I almost don't want to watch it though because I want to read the manga first. So I feel like the trailer would kind of like, you know, fuck with that. I just feel like, I don't know, could have some spoilers or something. Yeah, no, thanks for showing me, and thanks for obviously supporting me throughout the stream with supers. Obviously, I feel like definitely at least owed a trailer watch. And I guess I got a bit of an idea of what the big appeal of those games are. It seems like really polished and yeah, just really like a grand game idea. I just don't think those games will be for me most likely. Can I ask, what's considered the best Metal Gear game? What's considered the best one? Akash Panda says it's a teaser. Oh, the Sakamoto Days thing is a teaser? Shit. I would watch it right now, except I just undid all of the settings I just had. I should save a preset that involves those settings so that I can just swap to it. I'm going to call stream now just because it's a little late, so I think I'm just going to call stream now. So I'm sorry, I'm going to not be doing that, but yeah, sorry about that. I think I'm just going to have to call it on this, but we did get a pretty good plan for defeating the Yonko. So Whitebeard, let's just do a quick look. Whitebeard, it's easy. It's the nurses. The nurses are the weak point. We just got to blackmail the nurses into doing the devil fruit juice shit. Shanks, we're taking advantage of the Lord of the Coast shit. So we're going to get him in that scenario again. Instead of Luffy, it's going to be Uta kidnapped. We just got to recreate the scenario, let 4 Lord of the Coast loose at the right time. It's very hard to time properly, but we just got to do it. Yeah, just have them eat her. Big Mom, I gotta hire the fastest chefs in the world. Technically only one, right? Fastest chef in the world when Big Mom has a craving. As we saw in the croquet boucher scene, my chef whips it up, throws the devil fruit in there, tosses it to her, she eats it, dies easy because of the devil fruit. Blackbeard, we're just gonna have Luffy do it. So we just let the Blackbeard and the Blackbeard pirates know that, or let Luffy know that the Blackbeard and the Blackbeard pirates are, they've already captured some of his loved ones, and they're going after other people that he cares about. They'll take care of business. Kaido, it was tricky, but we're going to rely on Onigishima's poor security. And we're going to lie to the Tontadas and have them slip some devil fruit juice extract into the, sneak in and around Onigashima, sneak some stuff into a sake, deal with them like that. Buggy, I think we just rely on what we saw in that chapter 233. Send him a Captain John's map. A legit map of Captain John's treasure, and blow up the island that he goes to. And I think that's the answer. All right, guys. I think pretty good stuff here. Just let me double check. Did I miss any supers in the meantime? I don't think so. New X7 said E3 2013. Yeah, I read that. Okay. All right. I don't think I missed anything else. I think besides that, great stream, everybody. We have successfully murdered the Straw Hats, the Admirals, and the Yonko. So pretty good job. I think we've knocked off pretty much everybody. I think, if anything, we might one day do this again with the Gorosei and Emu, but at the moment, we have no idea how to deal with them. So we'll just leave them there. We'll leave them alone for now. But I think we've been raising the level of difficulty as these streams have gone on. Straw Hat's pretty easy. Admiral's difficult. Yonko, we had to get creative. But I think we managed to figure it out. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I will talk to you all later. Chapter coming out this week, so our break's finally up. Yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.